episode of Live Talk with me, Ayo Fawole. You have the wizard. Da-da-da-da. He wasn't a good book, but now he got a little bit marked by his name, but he's alright still. He's still alright. He's got a little mark by his name, you know what I'm saying? And we have Babou in the studio.
Yes.
Come on.
Like, what's
Come
good,
on,
my
come
man?
on, come
How you
on,
doing,
come on.
bro?
Very good,
What's
very
poppin',
good, very good.
That's up, man.
Nice to have you here.
Much love and respect. Nice to be here, man. Nice to meet you guys. You know, we already started off even behind the scenes, so there you go, man.
Come on,
you
come
know,
on.
it's natural, you know.
You know,
Let
you
it go.
know the killer thing for me, Babou, yeah? The people won't know this at home, innit?
Yeah.
They know like this is it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's a talk show.
Yeah.
It's a discussion between human beings.
Yes.
But sometimes before the camera goes on, we
Yeah.
start talking. And sometimes things just get lost. Like we start talking because it's genuinely
Just-
a real conversation. So
Yeah, organic.
and sometimes things are happening
Yeah.
and we start just talking generally and then stuff comes out. We're like, no. Don't talk. Shut up. Keep quiet. No. People don't understand that. But we started talking before the camera.
And you're like, oh,
came on.
save that.
Save that.
Yeah.
Don't let that.
Save that in the hard drive, you know. We're gonna pick it up later, you know.
Come on. But it's like,
That's it. Yeah, man. Bless up, man. Big
I
up.
don't know you.
Yeah.
I know you. You're a human being like me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got good energy. We
Thanks.
met through a mutual friend
Yeah, brother
in
Rick.
passing. Big Rick.
Shout out to Rick.
Yeah, big up Rick at Rowan's.
Big
You
up
know
to
what I mean?
Rick.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Number one guy as well,
Yeah,
man.
man,
Number
yeah.
one guy.
Mr.
Come on.
Morris. What's
Come
up?
on. And we saw him passing. I think I just finished filming that day.
Yeah.
I was extremely hungry. I never,
Yeah, you
even
were
though
in
we
a
were
rush.
talking, I was
Yeah,
rushing.
you
I
were
was
in a
like,
rush,
yeah, but call me. Yeah, but call me.
Yeah,
but
that's
call me.
it.
And
And
then
here
we
we
come
are.
across like, I
And we
was
didn't
too
speak
busy.
much. Like I think,
didn't.
you sent me some videos. I didn't get a chance to check them through all of them. I checked the first one with this.
Yeah,
sister.
you see,
that was quite fun.
and I listened to your track about 10 times. You didn't.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I forgot I
You
sent you that track.
didn't watch my videos,
Bro, I forgot.
You
to
see
even
now?
send
Wait,
that.
you see now?
I forgot I even sent him that through.
You know what I'm saying?
So now,
Man's rolling.
now we're gonna switch. I'm gonna be the interviewer. Like, what was your take on the track? Yeah. I forgot I sent it
We're
to
taking
you.
the track.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't-
like
you
with
can't- you can't-
Ghostface and Killer Priest.
Yeah, you can't because
And that's me in the last verse.
because I'm not really a music guru and
Yeah.
a music man,
Yeah.
and we're just getting to know each other.
Yes.
You can't ask me that question yet.
Okay.
I want to get to know you first more.
Yeah.
I want to understand the sort of person you are. But
But you
on a
remember the
basis,
track.
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
It was decent. I like the beats behind it. I like the thought process behind it. I don't remember all the lyrics.
Yeah.
I like the verses. I liked your verse. I like Ghostface's verse as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So as a track,
Yeah.
like I like the track, but for as your music man,
Yes.
as a music man,
Yes.
you know that if you listen to a track, you sometimes it's like it's not like if you eat food. It could be like if you eat when you make food. It has to, the seasoning and everything has to go inside, has to resonate.
yeah.
So I have to hear it maybe 10, 20,
Now-
30, 40 times. Or,
Stay tuned. I'm doing the remix. That's not my production. It's just me on the third verse.
Okay, you
But
see?
I'm gonna be doing the remix on that. So I'm working on that and a few other remixes as well. So
Nice.
Stay tuned, because then you hear my cooking. You
Cooking,
know?
okay.
It's like my own beat.
Your own
and,
beat,
and,
okay.
And then you hear me on it, because then that's gonna be a different vibe. You know?
Okay, so but for me then it's like I enjoyed it, but for me to give you a real definitive answer, I'd have to listen to it more different
Yeah,
times,
yeah,
like
yeah,
when I was
yeah,
driving,
yeah.
I was at home.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the vibe.
And let it
You
resonate, and
probably
then
just ran through it quick.
Yeah, no, because when I listen to music now, like I don't listen to much. Like I'm not very adventurous sometimes.
Yes.
I've listened to stuff I know.
Yeah.
Something I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Or something that comes recommended by somebody else, or something I already hear someone else playing.
Okay.
Or something I hear in the club. I'm not
Yeah.
really. I don't really go out and actively search for.
Yeah,
music.
I don't even anymore as well. Yeah.
When I get hold of something I like,
Yes. Then you can
I'll
vibe.
rinse it.
Okay,
I'll rinse
yeah,
it. I'll rinse it. I'll
Keep
rinse
it
it.
on
I'll rinse it. I'll
repeat
rinse
and
it.
vibe to it.
Yeah, and then I'll probably rinse it until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
And then leave it. But then at a later date, when I play it again,
Yes.
it has there's a memory factor to it. So
Because sometimes music grows on you as well. There's some music.
this is
I'll
it.
be honest with you. There's been albums that grew on me. I didn't get first, and for me now, those are like my top kind of a classic ones in terms of, let's say, hip hop. I say Black Star when they came out. I'm younger than that.
Blackstone.
Black Star with Mos Def and Talib.
Okay.
When I came out, we were already youngsters rapping already in Sweden with my crew, but we were doing a lot of stuff back then. It was like Napster, so a lot of college radios in New York and stuff were like blasting our stuff, and they thought we were from New York, you know, because Sweden is very Americanized as well, to say that. But yeah, so in short, Black Star came out. It grew on me. It was just like I was like, okay, you know, I'm rapping. The rap is not really, you know, because we were going in. We were young cats, but we were super underground. We were going in, like MC wise, you know. So it was like, okay, you know. Then Common's previous album, like Resurrection, bro, that's a top 5 or top 10 for me straight now today. But he grew on me. You know, you listen to it. Then when you get it, you know, it's like, oh, it sticks. You have fast food music that you just eat and it just goes. That's like today's music. A lot of it today, 90%, 95%, it's fast food, bro. It's a new hit. It comes out. It's oversaturated, played a lot. Then it dies out. Then that artist disappears. A new cat comes and takes his seat. That's just how it is now today. So there's no genuine formula of like organic artists that's gonna be like icons today. Like it's Kendrick. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But you know, Kendrick's been doing music for the past 15 now, at least. Like let's say, maybe 12, more than that. So you know, he's grown up on the fan. You know, he's built himself. He came from just a demo. No one knew him. It was just like some young. So you'll have the occasion ones that you know, God will always shine a sprinkle here and there. But I'm saying like it's not the same thing as, let's say in 90s, 80s, you had a lot more like people that were actually legend and they deserve the name to be legend in terms of iconic structure, or like it's just part of their music. You know, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, you know, James Brown. You know, how many other ones you could mention? You see, like you know, no. What I'm trying to say, like. We're in a factory generation with internet, you know, especially now AI. People might be just very lazy and just type up stuff. They do their album soon, you know, and they don't even need to take all that time in the studio.
But still, I still believe, like, even though I'm not as plugged into the music world as you are probably, or as a lot of other people, I still believe like there are at the current moment, even though you do have this like fast food music.
Yes.
I want to say kind of like carousel music where you just roll on a carousel. There's still, there's still, like you said, you've got Kendrick, there's still drops, there's icons out there, there's iconic people out there. For me, what makes an icon is more the passion for the art form, the working towards it. So like with the James Browns, like I said, I'm not versed, I'm just a human, like music. James Brown, Whitney Houston, Madonna, and so forth. They had
a few, just to name
a few. They had a few, but
so many more.
The difference for them, the whole industry was different back then. The way we was given stuff was different back then. So we was told like we would be brainwashed by a Michael Jackson tune or a Madonna tune, opposed to choosing it ourselves. Sometimes we think we had free choice. We never had free choice. Now we've got more free choice. I still think like for me, I'm not plugged in, but there is iconic people like I think the Baby is doing his thing. He's got his own thing. There's certain people that are doing their thing, and then I'm sure you would know people underground who are not on the limelight, but they've got a fan base. They're diehard fans.
No, for real. I mean, it is still, but I think I was even when I'm saying that, I'm saying it also from an area of not just the individual and what they go on. I'm talking about just overall as a whole scheme of a generalization of music and frequency. You know, 80s music, you know, there was pop, there was some, but those things are still live today. Like it's all kind of a bring back in ads, all of that as well, in terms of like, it has more of a lifespan than a lot of other music today. Yeah, you do have the odd ones, you mentioned Kendrick, the Baby, few other ones, but I think like the sound and frequency music, you know, honestly, I'll say the devil used that tool a lot You know,
Huh?
the devil uses music a lot because it's all about frequency. There's two frequencies. You have the godly frequency because you can see, like in prayers, certain prayer, that's a different frequency. Anything that has to do with the word of the Most High, it's a different frequency. So the devils, because like just now here, we in this space, but there's another space as well between in here that we don't see. There's always the unseen. So let me put it like this. So you always have a negative and positive, right? Even in music. So it does something to you. It does something to your chakra, the sounds and the frequency. So let's not just go by, okay, these names we mentioned. I think it also has to do with a lot of the sound. I mean, the sounds like before, yeah, people could argue, yeah, but it was the same thing. It's all Hollywood, it's all this demonic stuff. Fair enough, but I think it had some bit of a core element to it that has some bit of organicness to it as well. When it becomes too much plastic and too dark, it becomes a little bit darker, So I'll say the old stuff had more of a longevity.
It was made by musicians.
Yeah, it had more. It's the frequency, the sounds. I mean, you hear it today. People, oh wow, that song, just get happy again. Maybe it has to do with experience as well. I grew up into that, but then again, I'd say it has a lot to do with frequency, bro. And timelessness.
Don't you think it's about what's going on as well? Because the
Yeah.
two, and I want to talk about you, 'cause that's what we're here
Yes.
to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
that
yeah,
this,
yeah,
but
yeah.
let's still continue about the music. She's
Yeah.
like, so if you want to compare a producer from back in the day to a producer now, to the amount of time you have between creating your music, getting it out, people consuming it,
Yes.
and them then wanting something more from you.
Yes.
Like they're hungry. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more.
Yeah.
People really like going back to the food analogy. People really seasoned their stuff and let it marinate and layered it.
Yeah.
And there was a more of a more meticulous, more. Like, oh no, it's not
was just
done.
more
It's
organic,
not done. It's not done. It's not done. Like, and they kept putting and putting and putting. Where people are just putting like 5-6 layers to a track.
Yeah.
You can hear the different
Yeah.
layers in the track, and
Yeah.
then let's put that out. It's ready when it's not
Yeah.
actually ready.
Yeah.
Like some people still be in the studio like for months and
Yes.
let me add this, let me add
Yeah,
that.
let me tweak this and that.
Quincy
Yeah.
Jones, for argument's sake, if
Yeah.
you listen to a Michael Jackson
Yes.
track,
A little bit too much professionalism. Yeah.
what's that? Who?
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
right now, if I listen to a Michael Jackson track or Quincy Jones track,
Yeah.
I'll listen to another person's track. You can hear the layers in it.
Yes.
You can hear the amount of different stuff that he's
Yeah.
got in there, and
Yeah.
that is what it makes it timeless. I believe, like that attention to detail makes stuff timeless.
I think it's not that. No, it's that, but also it's the element, it's the vibe the music gives, and that comes with frequency. So it's not only that. Oh, they people are doing stuff that they put in layers on today. So it's not really just that. It's not really just based on, oh, there's a layer added or they took more time. It was the fact is it was a different generation. We were more kind of centered in the human base. We weren't really kind of taking over technology as much as now, So we appreciate the little stuff we had. People make stuff from nothing. So I think that kind of still become more organic and more grounded, more rooted. It's like coming, you pick up your yam from the, how much more original isn't that? It holds all the true substance. It's not really been made up in the lab. So now technology, everything's being just kind of a half created, people call themselves producer. You just cut and paste stuff from other things. It's like, oh, I'm a producer. I'm the toughest guy. And then you make millions of that. So it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. But I'm saying it's a different generation. And yeah, we got to understand it. Things will move differently. But all comes back to the scriptures as well. Everything's going to be saturated down, when you live in a way where we're not like humans too much, you're like if you walk by and you pass your neighbor, you don't need to say hi to your neighbor. But back then your neighbor, you could just snuck in like, oh, what's up? I'm coming for coffee. I'm coming. Human that human connection is very important to everything else we do. Whether if it's music, whether if it's just communicating with other people or being a host and education, all of that. So what I'm saying is like it's taken the essence away. It's just the times we're in, and we have to accept it because it's all in the scripture. The Lord will withdraw His blessings because people are giving less thanks. We wake up and we're more focused in ourselves and whatever's indulged in our community and society to be. So it's easy that we lose ourselves, you know, as a people. So then we're then given a way to like, oh, be like this, be like that. So we're going to see more and more of people worshiping people, you know, worshiping sports people, you know. People were queuing like crazy yesterday for the match. That's so good, you know. This is all human nature. We have to enjoy all that. But what I'm saying, when we lose the main part, that's part of us, that connection that the soul needs to have, that essence of understanding, we fade away from our natural things that are like ingredients to kind of let us kind of elevate as a person. So that's just how it is. So I'm going to put it straight. It came from here. It goes down a notch a little bit. It becomes society becomes a little bit more saturated and more. How can I say?
Are we devolving?
What's the word? Yeah.
Or
Yes.
evolving?
No, we definitely not evolving. You know, we definitely not evolving.
As
Yeah.
a whole.
Yeah, yeah. As a human, like within ourselves, we are not outside of what we do.
Yeah.
We are, but we're not helping ourselves in both. You have to like fix up the house before you fix the area outside the house. You see what I mean?
Your take on this.
What's that?
As a human race, or whatever we want to call it, experience.
Yes.
Are we evolving or devolving?
Yeah. There's some areas one can say, but not the ones that are more beneficial within yourself and your body as a whole, as the temple. Yeah, as a temple. Because I think when you build that first, then it's easier to do. Now we're like kids with given a lot of toys to play with. So, you know, where the maturity is kind of a little bit lacking to a certain degree. Because look at this silly people, like with these walls, they make up and just like now, you know, like just silliness, like a lot of stuff. That says a lot, you know. That says a lot in our mindset and how we kind of go in. You know, we can go really up or we can go really down. All depends. But the balance there between is that how do you connect the soul? Everything living has a soul. How does that connect with the source? And that's the creator. So that balance there, it's very important to nurture that for society to thrive, regardless of all this technology given to us. Because then otherwise we can use it to our own detrimental, you know? That's
So
just how it is.
We're devolving.
Yes, to a certain degree.
We're devolving
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're getting more and more lazy. There's more things. We don't have to think. We don't have to hunt. We don't have to communicate. We don't have to consolidate. We don't have to protect. There's so many different things we're told what to do. We're weakened with the food. We're weakened with the whole internet. Everyone's brainwashed. People are following people. These are all the signs of devolution. I won't even get into like sexual orientations and stuff like that and depopulation and stuff. But I think we're devolving.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, there are humans that are evolving within the same same arena.
Yes. People
It's
are
humans
waking
that
up at the same time, you know?
the kids are 10 times more intelligent than before. They're seeing stuff and understanding stuff way before we did. Some people say the kids need to have a childhood, but if some people say they wish they knew what they know now when they were younger. So if you take that and you know what you know now when you were younger, you've got more of a head start.
Yes.
So we can be evolving in certain parameters as well.
Yes.
It's just it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and it depends what you're using it for. Because some human beings are taking care of their temple, their body, so on and so forth, and some are consuming every chemical and problem that's given to them, and then going to the hospital and being sick, or you know what, I've got a bad back, I need to stretch.
Yes.
But I want to watch this TV program first. Like, it's what you know. Like, you know the answer to the question, but you're not doing it. So
you're not doing it.
It's an evolution and a devolution. Someone like you.
Someone like Usain Bolt. He broke the world record, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's an evolution, no?
Yes. I mean,
Man.
yeah, but that's him. Like, you know, everyone cannot.
Well, because you got faster, that's an evolution.
Because he beat the previous world record, innit? So through time, we get stronger, maybe faster, maybe something to do with his diet helped him to
Yeah, but I think evolution has a lot to do with spiritual because we're a spiritual being. Let's not forget that. I think that's the core. I think the point I was making is that yes, we're evolving. We have this AI, we have this tech. Now you can have like all this kind of what do you call it?
He got closer to God, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So he's one person.
Yeah. You see, yeah.
He's one person.
Yeah.
Are we
That's what I'm saying.
evolving or is
That
it
balance is very important for every individual because it's a self-growth.
So what?
It's that balance of that connectivity with the one that put you here. That's more important than anything or any conversation one can have. We have to always go back to the basics. Before we talk about the tree, now that it's big, it started somewhere, right? It was a seed. And then and it was nurtured and it go.
Where
So
did
we
you
have
start?
to nurture ourselves.
Where did you start?
Huh?
Where did you start?
Where do I start? I start
No,
from,
where did you start?
yeah, can I tell you where I start? I start from, I think, can I tell you what? Sometimes God give it to you, like make it.
No, you're
Yeah.
missing my question. You're
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
my question.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Like, where was you born? Where did you start?
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Because we're going to leave this down. I want to talk about you.
Okay.
Forget all these others.
Okay.
Philosophical stuff. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm Gambian. I like to say Senegambian because my roots is both Senegal and Gambia.
Do you speak the languages?
Yeah, well, speak 3 languages fluent.
What languages do you speak?
Yeah, like
Lingala?
English, Swedish, and Wolof. Gambia.
Gambia. So
Gambia,
English,
Senegal,
Swedish, and Wolof.
Yeah, Wolof is
Wolof.
Senegambian. It's a Senegambian. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's.
How do you
Wolof
say good morning?
From, in Swedish.
No, forget Swedish. Swedish, man.
Gambia,
Forget Swedish. We'll get to Swedish afterwards. Wolof, because we're going to talk about Sweden and the rap and the American connection. But let's talk about in Wolof. How do you say good morning in Wolof?
You could say Jambanga Fanan. Jambanga Fanan.
Yamanga.
Ma Fanan ga Jamba. Did you sleep well?
Okay, how do you say thank you?
Huh?
How you
Thank
say-
you.
yeah.
Jerry
Huh?
Jeff.
Gary Geff.
Jerry Jeff.
What was that?
Jerry Jeff.
Jerry Geff.
Jerry Jeff.
Jerry Jeff.
Yeah, Jerry. Hey, perfect, man. You
Jerry
got
Jeff.
it. You got it. Yeah.
And then how do you say goodbye?
Goodbye. Our language
see you
is
next
so
time.
much older than English, so it's not really boxed like this.
Yeah, but how would
Yeah.
you leave then?
Well, Sikanam, you can say
Sikanam.
Well,
Sikanam.
Sikanam, like later.
Nice.
See you later.
Nice,
but
nice.
there's even other words that you could also use. But I'll say Wolof. Let me give you a bit of history. Wolof. I'm sure you guys heard of Anta Job.
Shanti Joe.
Anta Job. He was like an anthropologist and
No, say the name?
historian. Anta Job.
Share Antha Job.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
But they was say Anta Dio, but it's Job. Yeah. So from Senegal, he listen. All the Western scientists were very and tolerant, and basically all these historians and stuff like that in human history, they were scared of him because he got the facts, like even about ancient Egypt and stuff like that. So yeah, going back to the Wolof, that comes from there. It's the old. He deciphered the hieroglyphics. A lot of stuff I would say, if I was to continue back and forth with you now in Wolof, it's still the same from back then, from the hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
same.
an ancient language.
Yeah.
It's older than Swahili, you know.
I would think so. I'm not sure because Swahili is a made up later. It's a branch of old East African language with Arabic and I guess some bit of a mixed culture there. Swahili is something made up after. You remember there was a period where they said, maybe we should take Swahili and make it like a continental language for Africa. There was a conversation about that before. That's why you have a lot of those other, not only Kenya, Tanzania, all these other places also kind of embodied Swahili. But Wolof itself, when you study the old hieroglyphics, a lot of the sayings is the same still today. That's what I speak.
So how does it make you
Yeah.
feel?
So
when you
if I
speak the language?
went to old Egypt, they spoke, I would get a lot of the words because it's still the same words I would use.
But how does it make you feel? Do you use it regularly? And when you use it, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, it's not really. I don't really go back to like, how does it feel like? Oh, it's old Egypt. I know that. Oh, that's the root and that's the language. Still, some words obviously change throughout time because we came from
When I
to
say
West
that,
Africa.
what I mean is like,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it gives you identity, like where it
wait,
comes from.
yeah, but what
Yeah.
I'm asking you
Yeah.
is like if I hear I don't speak my mother tongue.
Yes.
My people speak my mother tongue. There's a way they talk.
Yes.
There's another. It's not like how we're talking now.
Yes.
We start talking in Yoruba.
Yeah.
The energy changes.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
No,
yeah.
Monty
yeah.
boy, yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man. You know,
yeah.
You know,
But it's an
there's
African
a
thing.
feeling,
Yeah,
yeah.
but all
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's
how
the
do you feel when you
expression.
talk? How do you feel when you talk?
But you know, the thing is, I've lived. You know, when you live in the West, you cannot adapt to the society.
But
Even-
that's why I'm answering the question. So
Yeah.
you've adapted to
So-
West,
so-
but when you talk your language,
Yeah, even though I speak my language, you know, maybe I speak it with a different demeanor that's more in tune with the society I live with. You know, that's just how it is. Even though, you know, so I might not be like, if I'm back home on holiday, I might have my auntie sort of, hey, when did you come?
Yeah,
Hey,
that
yeah.
feeling, what's that-
It's
what's
still
that
there
feeling?
with all the languages
What's
in
that
Africa.
feeling?
It's not only Yoruba. It's all the African language. It's full of expression, and you might some outsider went, man, are they arguing? Are they screaming? Like, what's going on? You know, you even see that Jamaica. It's the same because Jamaica's Africa anyway. You know.
So the bars of passion there. I
Yeah.
get
So
passion.
it's not based on which language you speak. As long as you're African, it's part of our expression and our nature.
Part of your
in a lot
frequency.
of our languages. Yes.
It's the
That's just how
frequency.
it is. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
African
It's an
frequency.
expression and all of that. But in short, the language. It's the old Egyptian, pretty much. So, like, I remember, like, Shahanta, when he deciphers some of the hieroglyphics. This is old. This is like three. How old is Egypt? Like 6,000? What?
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, just to give an example.
The historians say,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
You
no,
need to know the answers.
yeah,
but
but yeah, I mean, you know, because the thing is, though, sometimes they might put, but if I go by Western scriptures, we always get
But
corrected
no, but
later
let's
down
say,
the line. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can come with like, oh yeah, they said it was like over 6,000 years ago, and then later they might find out, oh no, this is actually
No,
longer
wait,
because, you
we
know,
just say ancient
yeah,
Egypt.
Yeah. So let's say it's in Egypt. So if I was there now, this is what they would say, and this is what I say now, just to show you the same. You know, obviously there's other languages there back then, but the specific Wolof was there, and it would be
Wolof.
like, it would be actually like. And you guys actually stole the jollof rice. That's coming from Wolof. That's the Wolof people.
No, you the one, yeah.
That's another conversation.
Yeah. No, it's not another conversation.
That's
It's
another-
this, no, it's this conversation. We ain't going nowhere. We're talking about.
We ain't going nowhere, man.
Let's find out about. Okay, so
Yeah, so-
you're Gambian Senegalese. How did you say you was?
No, I'll say I like to say Senegambia. I grew up in Gambia.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. We got
yes,
to Wolof
yes,
and Jollof.
yes.
So when you was a kid,
Yes.
let's talk about your upbringing, like you're
Yeah.
coming up, brothers, sisters.
Yes.
What kind of family was you born into? What was your early beginnings? If you don't mind me asking,
yeah,
what was it
yeah.
like when you? What's your earliest childhood memories of like being born in as a was it Senegambian? You said?
Yeah. I mean, you could say Gambia, but also I recognize, you'd recognize where you're from. Gambia and Senegal, it's one. Senegal is actually Gambia is a made-up country inside of Senegal.
Okay.
That's what I say. It's carved in. They took cannons and shoot it, whatever the cannon. They're like, oh, let's make that border before we duck off out of here and go to America and fight the Civil War. So they focus more on there. That's how Gambia became created inside of Senegal. So it's the same people. It's just that Gambia is a region. They used to be called Manding land. So Mansa Musa, all of that stuff, have a lot of history from Gambia. Because we actually, before we talk about Senegal, Gambia, we are the Ghana Empire, the original Ghana. It's not really where Ghana sits now. You see what I mean? We were the original Ghana Empire, and then we were the Mali Empire as well. This was before any Gambia or Senegal. And then Mali Empire, you had the Mansa Musa. And then we became the Songhai Empire.
Songhai.
Yeah. So a lot of slavery came from there, and a lot of people that were also taken from other parts of West Africa and even Southwest and so forth up. This was like the center of straight shipping through the Atlantic. So you have a lot of history of that. That's still there. You know, you get roots, Kunta Kinte, that's Gambia. That's in Gambia. So even the start of the movie, I've been to that village, James Island. Yeah, it's a Mandinka name. Yeah, it's a Mandinka. It's a Gambian name. You find Kinte, Conte, Kante, very common. I have relatives that are Conte. So Conte, Kinte, Kante. That's very common. That's some straight Mandinka. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm born in Sweden actually. Yeah.
Born in Sweden?
Yeah. My dad left Senegal early. He left Senegal early, traveled the world with this like shipping, Greek shipping boats, fishing boats, big boats, big sailor boats. So he was a sailor as a young man, just like kind of wanted to venture out, and just joined them, worked there, became a sailor, traveled the whole world, Asia, everywhere, and then went to New Orleans. He was into jazz. He was young, he looked up to. He was a fan of Nat King Cole, So he went to New Orleans. Jazz was fresh. This was 60s, 65, stuff like that, 66, 65, and he said, I'm gonna settle here. There's a lot of people like me. Perfect. I'm gonna settle here. But then he joined the boat again. They traveled, went back to Sweden. He liked Sweden. Calm. You see, no, you don't see black men. You might see one or two. Probably could be maybe 10 black people that actually lived in Sweden that time, maximum. So
But
then.
you're fully black.
Yeah. I don't look. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because if you ask that question, then it makes me raise the question like, can you bring me? Can you bring me a mirror? Let me have a look at myself
Okay,
again
so my
properly.
question is, so there's only 10 people in
Yeah.
Sweden. Your
Yeah.
dad's traveling on a lot.
Yeah.
How did your mum come into the picture? Was your mum? Did he meet her in Sweden? He met
Yeah, no.
not
And
some
yeah,
people, that's what
basically.
I'm saying.
So he was planning to settle in New Orleans, the jazz, all of that, and also the civil rights. He's very into that. And then he met a lot of Black Panthers there, get to know them, a lot of the leaders. But then a few years down the line, when Malcolm X died, a lot of the Panthers formed, but then they were being cracked down. They were
lot of people
FBI was kind of cracking them down. So they then kind of fled wherever they had connects to. They took off. If they had connects in Germany, they took off. If they had connects to wherever, they took off. Because they were coming after them. So my dad kind of looked after a lot of them that came through Sweden. Yeah, so he was kind of. So I'm a Panther baby, just like Tupac, man. Yeah. There's even a saying that Tupac and his mom has come to Sweden and visited some of their friends when Tupac was much younger. I don't know how much truth there is in that, but there might be.
Your mum was a
lot-
Panther?
Huh?
Your mum was a Panther?
No. My dad in America, while he was there, he met a lot of them and made friends. And when they were being cracked down by FBI, CIA,
Yeah.
a lot of them find, whoever they were connected, they fled. So my dad was looking after a lot of them that came through Sweden. Yeah, so he was kind of, his home was the kind of a come through. Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, I'm a Panther baby, Yeah, so I want to write a book about him. It'd be good, man. Just as an honor to him because he passed away. So, but he did a lot of that. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I'm a Panther baby, just like they say Tupac is a Panther baby, Yeah, because his mom was Black Panthers. So it's my dad's era, basically. So yeah, he helped a lot of them when they came to just to settle them. A lot of them settled down in Sweden and had kids and stuff like that, So yeah, so long story short, so then my dad obviously went back to Gambia, holiday stuff. So, my family knew my mom's family, they know each other well. So that's why he thought, he likes to also, have there was a lot of obviously white women in Sweden, but he likes to get his own people, So yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's it. So that's how I was born in Sweden, man. That's it,
Okay.
But I grew up in Gambia.
So wait, okay, she was born in Sweden.
But I grew up in
When
Gambia.
did you go to Gambia?
Very young, very little, a baby.
Do you remember Sweden as a baby? Or you-
No. I don't remember that because I went to Gambia very early, and he wanted me to learn the culture. Yeah.
Swedish citizen and then went to Gambia.
Yeah. I went to Gambia to live there with your grandma, your great grandma. They'll teach you a lot of wisdom, and stuff like that. Because she don't know Western culture. She haven't been kind of, how can I say, manipulated by Western. That's my great grandma. So she raised my grandma. She raised my dad. She raised me, and she saw all the generations. She was like 100 and I don't know if it was like 116 or something. Yeah, she lived, man. Strong, very wise, very smart. Still, yeah. So she raised me, and she raised my dad. She raised my grandma. So she, generation of knowledge of me being very close to her as well. Of all my cousins, I was like her favorite. So you learn a lot of stuff from her. The stories at night when all the kids go to bed. They put a fire and they sit around. All the elders, they have their stories. I'm the little kid sitting there next to them when everyone else gone to bed. So you pick up a lot of stuff, as a kid. So she actually, going back to this Egypt stuff, she don't know any Western culture, anything like that. She only goes by her oral history and her tradition. So every time there was a big family event, I always saw that she had the Nefertiti. And I didn't know. It's just later I connect the dots when I saw this Sheanta Job explain the Wolof and the, and stuff like that. I was like, oh, she was just following her tradition. So this was like something, tradition that they followed down the line throughout from when they left Egypt, came to West Africa. They followed their tradition. So she was probably their king in their era of her ancestors that then came through. And then she kind of pick that up from them. And there was always, when there was something big, like a family event, then she always came out with her big gold chain of Nefertiti. Always, yeah. So that says a lot as well about their roots. So yeah, there you go, man. That's it. So she was actually royal. She actually get a royal connection there as well, yeah.
Campfires. I mean, the stories
Yeah.
around the fires.
Huh?
The stories around the fires. How old was you when you would sit around and you used to listen to stories?
Yeah, I mean, I went to Gambia since young. I say, yeah, maybe I started maybe from 6 years sitting next to them, 6, 7 years sitting next to them at night. I don't think we had electricity even that time. Yeah, we had like carousel lamps. Yeah. So yeah. I'm going to tell a funny story, actually. I was very thirsty one night, just a kid, and I thought that was water, and I took the carousel and just sip it through, bro. Yeah. Sip it through. They were like, oh, do we have to take him to the hospital? But God is good. I was good. But yeah, I just super thirsty, man, in that heat, bro. I was like, oh, shit, let me grab that, because sometimes maybe you go buy carousel, it might be put in the stuff that looks like water, and then after you fill it in the lamp stuff, So I just picked it up and sipped it through, man, like just in one, Probably if I did it small sips, I would have probably said like, oh, this is not water. But I just probably just went in, straight up, and like boom, filled my belly, bro. It like just bloated, So yeah, man. But yeah, that's the childhood in Africa, and and the thing is, we didn't have like there was no like IKEA, August, let's order. Oh, Dad, I want this, la 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 la, So we made toys. We made music instruments. Me and all the other kids. You could say, oh, the kids in the slums, But we were all gangs, like not outside gang in terms of crime, but everyone had their group, in your area. Then you have all the kids there. It could be like 20, 30 kids hanging together, playing football. Then you have the other area there, you have other kids. So we used to meet for football. So we used to play like a milk can against a milk can. So then later we would make like this teas and stuff like that. Just as a kid, but very innovative. It kind of keeps you, here everything's kind of served. You order a car, you order this toy. We made, you take a bottle, you can make something out of it. So yeah, we always had stuff we could do, Yeah, you make something out of nothing, bro.
There's a guy that I interviewed very early on in the podcast, in Life Talks, and he's from Ghana.
Yeah.
And he said they used to take the sardine cans and make cars out.
Yeah, I remember that. We used to do that. And then we take the the fizzy drink, because it's a metal, the lock. The cap, and that's the wheels. That's the wheels. And you take a metal thread and then put it together. Yeah, we used to do exercise, and then you push it, and it is running. We used to do a lot more. I used to make instruments. I used to make music instruments. With cans. No, for me, that's I prefer, like, sitting here now. If I had the choice and knowing what I know now, or would you have rather been in Sweden with your mom, your dad still there? Because my dad sent me to Africa, and he wanted me to actually grow up there, to know my culture, know my roots, also study Islam, know who I am and stuff like that, and be able to speak the language, then come back, because you have a sense of identity. Because maybe if I only grew up in Sweden, I say I'm Gambian, but I might not be so in tune as well, So saying that, if I had what I know now, sitting and had the option, if let's say we had a time travel, I would definitely pick the childhood I had in Gambia more than being catered to in Sweden, having everything set nicely in place. Dad, I want this guitar. I made a guitar, bro. I prefer that I made it, because then I feel like, I'm actually an innovator. It makes you an innovative person, and it makes you creative, and it makes you think outside the box. Now that I'm not doing that anymore, that creativeness of being outside the box is still part of me, and I bring that into any business I
comes
do.
across.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
comes across.
yeah. So I do that in any business. Like I'm a solution maker, like what they call strategic thinker or creative advisor. That's just natural to me now. But I think that has to do with the environment I grew up on. You kind of have to be, and we were grateful. It wasn't that, oh, why don't we have someone to just order this? It wasn't there. You just made stuff, and we were happy to. It was just part of the life.
So much resilience, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it
Being
does.
in another country,
Yeah.
being sent home or whatever.
Yes, and grew up there
And
with the kids,
And
and
when you come back here, you realise
you play football. It's broken. You go burn a knife, put it together, the hole, and then go blow it. Now you can go play again. That's all good. So good, and you keep it going. You can have a ball that's been patched up 10 times, bro. You know, and it's still going. You do the little you do. Someone would say, "Oh, you guys were very poor," but we were so happy. I came to Sweden. Everyone set up. I don't know if they were happy as we were happy. You know, as a kid. So God is fair. It's it's always a give and take. You get something, someone else has something that's different. So that's why I feel like even jealousy, people shouldn't never be jealous, because you might have something that the other person don't have. Always focus on you and what you have, and whatever someone's have, that's on them. Like, why would you even want something? That's not that person. Why, I don't want to be that person. I'm me. I'm trying to be me and a better me. So that's how I live, man.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about the connection from Wolof to Jollof.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's bring that. Yeah, actually, Wolof is Jollof. Yeah, the area was called Jollof. Actually, yeah. It's called Jollof, and that's where Jollof rice comes from.
I heard that Jollof rice is originally Senegalese.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
the place in northern Senegal called Jollof. Yeah, well, some of my ancestors are from there. They were rulers, like chiefs or kings or whatever you want to call it, like Jollof kings. Burba Jollof. Yeah, he's a king. So that's where the food comes from. Obviously spread out of Senegal, and then we've always had interconnection with other countries nearby. Like there's a place in Gambia called Ghana Town. There's people coming from Ghana originally that live there. So there's always been an intermingling, and Gambia's always been like the hub, like mixture. You get people from Nigeria, the Hausa people are from Nigeria, a lot of them. So we have Hausa part of that. So you have a lot of other ethnics that came and became part of that society as well. So I'll say people traveled and took stuff. We took certain things from, I'm sure maybe from Nigeria, but definitely from Ghana. We have something called Ebe. That's from Ghana originally.
Ebe.
Yeah, Ebe.
You
Yeah.
know, eat Eba.
Yeah, probably could be the same thing. I mean, this is like with cassava. Yeah, with cassava, and they put a lot of other stuff, but it's with palm oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that
And-
well versed in my
Yeah.
country
Yeah.
food. Some foods I know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but just
all
the
that.
name, you could tell that's not from us originally. We know it even, but that's part of our thing now. Just so same thing with the jollof. The jollof rice comes from Wolof, and the Wolof, it's called the place is called Jollof because it's the people that speaks Wolof. That was from there. The thing with Senegambia, Gambia was the Mandinka area, where a lot of Mandinkas were. And then you have north of Senegal, where you have the Fulani, Tukulor, that are a lot there, and some of the Jollof people. And some Serer as well, like Salum, the Serer. So different region had different ethnic groups. And then they had their own king or ruler. That's really how it was before all this kind of a dividing and structures and stuff. So you have different regional plays so Jollof was for the people that speaks Wolof, and that's where the food comes from, actually. Yeah. So yeah.
So when you got to Sweden,
Yeah.
like, so how old was you when you moved back to Sweden?
12.
12.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
was that like? For
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I think I was excited, because the thing is also we've been always very into Europe, coming to Europe. People are still now Europe's gone. Europe's dead. Let's be honest. Like now, as we're speaking now. Yeah, no, let's be honest.
Newsflash.
yeah.
Europe is dead.
Yeah, now
no one wants to be there. No one wants to go back to Africa.
Yeah, the time
where
is,
it's at.
everything has its time, and then the time transition to somewhere else. So the powers, they shine. It's up. We're seeing it now. It's happening. That's just what it is, bro. It's going down. It's coming down. It's it's a self-destruction, I would say, even more than outsider. You don't see any people from Iran coming with jets here bombing us. Are you seeing that? You see them coming there. But everything comes, man. There's a karma in everything you do. And also, God will always give you for time appointed. If you handle it right, good. But, it will be taken back and passed on to a next person. That's just how it goes. Same with all this fame. I mean, like I said earlier, going back to icons, they had a longer fame. Now, someone shined for a year and a half. Oh, what happened to that dude? It's like now it's 10 more other guys on. And they also have that 1 year time period. They duck off, Make your money quick and then you're gone in music. So going back to that, I think I think I maybe lose my train of thought there. But
come back to Sweden at 12.
Yeah, came back.
Everyone wants to be Europe's gone down.
Yeah, so I was looking forward coming. Yeah, because Europe was like the thing. If you even just like the 90s, if you came back home holiday like for 2 weeks, bro, everyone be on you. Like, oh, my cousin just came from Europe. They love that because we have this slave mindset. Also, because Europe's built like, we the civilization. So everyone, it's like a big thing, coming to Europe. So for me, understanding that, okay, I was born in Europe, I'm very African because I grew up there. That's what I knew. So, but I was looking forward to come. My parents are still in Sweden, and stuff like that. So I was looking forward to actually come to Sweden, and stuff, because I'm thinking, oh, the good life, all of that stuff. So yeah, I was looking forward to it, man. 12, I came back, but then where my dad lived then, it was not like big city like Stockholm where you see a lot of foreigners. He was the only black man in that town. Yeah, small town, quiet town. It's called Kusta in not south, but almost near South Sweden. Yeah. So that's like, 4 or 5 hours from Stockholm, bro. Like Stockholm's the capital. At least you could see a few foreigners, stuff like that. So it was just my dad's the only black man.
How did it feel? Was there a feeling of outsideness?
No. Maybe someone who's very reserved would have maybe felt like that. But I'm a very I'm a people's person. Now I'm not. I don't have time for people, man, because people drain you. Yeah. I just don't have time.
Whoa.
But I was.
Oh no. What's that about? You can go back because we can go. Yeah. Actually, we know your history. Put in it.
Yeah.
Why are you not a people's person now? What has caused you to get to the place where you are now?
I think you grow up and you can't, when you're a child, you think everything's so positive and everyone's like you, even family, everyone's positive like you, but you grow up and see the truth and see that, oh, there's a dark side in this world. Because as a young, I'm a very positive, optimistic person, happy, like the happy guy that want to make everyone happy, laugh. So you kind of think everyone's the same, but you kind of grow up to say like, people could drain you, man. And you kind of just carve your own path, bro. And I think it's just maturity.
No. People will drain you.
Yeah.
If you allow them to, they will drain you.
Yeah. But I just felt like, maybe also just when you try to be in tune with your religion and stuff like that, you kind of, you become more like, you value your time more as way to put it. You're going to have so much time for it. You're going to have time to just chat nonsense and debate. People just want to kind of spoil your vibe, stuff like that. So you kind of be more picky what you want to do with your time, And I think it's part of maturity and having this different aspirations and so forth. You kind of see the world for it is. So you kind of, different strokes for different folks, For me, I like my peace of mind. I like my calmness, chill, where I could actually, there's always a lot of sound. Imagine being here for 1 hour. After a while, you want to get home and just like chill from all the noise, all that stuff. So I just like that. Maybe it comes with also trying to practice my religion. You become more meditative as a person, that you need that calmness and tranquility and just do you. Sometimes it's very important. So I think maybe that's part of maturity.
So
But yeah, I come from just being a people's person, really.
yeah, that's what we're gonna go to next. Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Ask you a quick question.
He's asking a lot of questions,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, but that's all good though. Yeah, he might get him a seat next door. Yeah, no, listen, get him a seat. Let me be behind the camera, and then we good. You know, there.
No, a lot of people that come on to this podcast,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say 90% of them will say that Ayo is a people person.
Yes, yes,
You,
yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can tell. Yeah, he is. He is a people person. But I think you like me. You find people quite draining to some degree as well. There you go. I can tell. Yeah.
Wrong people, I don't want to be
Yeah,
drained by
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, if someone,
The energy.
okay, someone else, some people is dumb.
The energy, yeah.
If you ask me, if you're like, why is this thing like this, and you genuinely don't understand and
Yeah.
can't comprehend it,
Yes.
then I can explain it to you.
Yes.
But some people are like, why is it like that? They don't really, they know already,
Yes,
and they
yes.
ask you a dumb question.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah,
draining.
this should
don't
drain your
ask-
energy, yeah.
leave
Yes.
me, drop me, leave it.
They want to start a debate with you. They're not
Yeah,
even interested in that debate, but
exactly.
just to
I can't-
upset
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
just to
like,
kind
I
of
can't-
get you frustrated there.
Yeah.
I think they, I don't know. I think they feed off that energy of like spoiling the person's day. Let's just spoil his day.
I don't even give a fuck what it is about it. I just rather they miss me.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Like when I
Yes.
do get into contact,
Yes.
this is the okay. So
Yeah.
this is the beauty of it.
Yes.
When I do get into conversation like that, or get to see something like this, like now, like yourself, probably, I'm more astute. So I can see it from the off,
Yes.
body language,
Yeah.
tone,
Yeah.
the questions, the
Yeah.
eye contact.
Yeah.
Certain things lets
Yeah.
me know you don't really, you want to wind up.
Yeah.
And I can switch
Yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
or just listen to a point
Yes.
and then really keep everything going. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 minute.
Minute.
And then I'm gone.
And I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm gone. I'm
Yeah.
check out mentally even way before that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this.
That's true.
He does it. He does it sometimes.
Yeah?
He does it sometimes. He's like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you know, but there's
I'm gonna get a taser. one day.
that's
I'm
like
gonna taser. I like seeing you on the floor. I'm telling you.
You know, yeah. Well, can I be
behind?
behind the camera then? If
Yeah.
that's when that happens,
Yeah.
call me up, you know. I'll make sure I put that up, man. That's gonna
Come
probably
on.
get a lot of views, man. They'll be like, "Oh shit, this is funny, man." You know, hey,
But
we should do a comedy skit, you know.
We could do it, but we don't see. That's another thing. Nah, we
Yeah.
don't do things. If we can do things, we just do things because we're gonna do them.
Yes.
If people view it, I don't mind them viewing
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
if they don't view it, doesn't
You
matter.
just do
We're
it
still
naturally.
gonna do it.
Yeah, you don't do it because of
that's-
someone else. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
do it because of yeah.
I don't know how we've got some time.
Yes.
We've got a lot of stuff to cover.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of layers under there. So I want to ask you a couple more questions and go back to these questions. But I want to get into the music. with
Okay,
you.
yeah.
And I have to go for the general knowledge questions
Okay.
because it's a rite of passage when you're
Yes,
here.
yes.
So
True.
so you get back to Sweden at 12. And because you're outgoing,
Yes.
it doesn't matter that you're the only black family in the town because you just get on
Lot
with
of
it.
friends.
You're very resilient. You get on with it. Was there even though you were so resilient?
Yes.
Was there? Did you notice any kind of like energy, any kind of racism, prejudice? Didn't feel out of sorts at any given time going from Gambia to Sweden?
I'll be honest with you, no, not where I lived. Yeah, funny enough, I say praise the Lord for that because, you know, also like kids, you know, kids are just kids. I think kids get molded by their household, later by the parents, and they kind of view.
Back then
things.
they did. Now they get molded by other stuff. But go
Yes,
on.
yes. So I would say like no, but it wouldn't have been strange that I might have visited a classmate and maybe their parents might have had a different view, like, oh, what's this nigga doing here? You know, this nigga child doing here, or something, whatever. But
That's your friend. Oh, hello.
yeah, hello. But maybe they didn't show that. And you know, as a kid, you're naive. Like I said, I used to think positive because I'm a positive person, you know. And I used to think all that. I used to think the same of everyone. So just that innocence. So maybe you don't really pinpoint certain things. But I've never had anyone coming at me and racism. It only happened outside of the town where we live. We went to visit some other people called in Helsingborg. That's like close to Gothenburg. A child was cycling and his parents was behind him. He said, "Oh, nigga." Yeah, when he saw me, he pointed, nigga, nigga. It's just a little child in the back, little tiny. It's young, much younger than me. What can I do? But I mentioned it. I think. Yeah, and I mentioned it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
I'm joking.
I mentioned it, and my dad was there, and I think my dad brought it out, and I think the parents were like very ashamed, like, oh no, sorry, and then they walked off quickly, kind of thing. So that's saying, he must have picked that up from them, and they were just walking right there. But the town where we live, I used to be people's person, really, like saying.
You still are?
Yeah, no, I mean,
You still are. Trust me, you still
yeah,
are.
yeah. When I'm out,
You're
I'm
more
nice with
calculated.
you. I'm still, but like I said, even if I'm out, like the other day we went to this dinner thing, but sometimes it's like, oh, nice to get back home and just lay low and do my thing, do me. I love that more. I think that's more the maturity that's part of me now, and I kind of value that moment a lot more. So I'm out, then I'm not going to be the reserved guy. I'm people's person, still nice with everyone.
Where?
But back then, maybe I enjoy it a lot, so I would stick around. And now I like to, I'm ducking home, man, in a half an hour.
Aware. Like I think
Yeah.
it's like for me, because he introduced me. For me, I'm more aware of like I would have been in I would have been in environments where there was a lot of people hating against me, a lot of negative energy, but because of my outgoingness, I never noticed it. They were still firing stuff at me, and sometimes it might be sticking to my back or whatever.
Yes.
But I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd get someone else who was at the event telling me how this person was talking or saying or
And you
viewing
didn't
or
realize
behaving,
that.
and I didn't realize it at all. And it's like now.
Yes.
You understand your power. This is just me analyzing everything.
Yes.
You understand your power, you understand your frequency.
Yes.
Some people you don't want to be around them to
Yes.
mess up your frequency. You know how to protect
You
yourself.
don't.
You know when you're at home, it's a cleaner environment.
Yes.
It's like
Cleansing. You feel, you could be in certain place. You feel like, oh, I need to get home and just kind of re-cleanse my vibe, and pray and just sit chill. Because that energy of people,
they just get up and then negative from there up.
Yes.
And all they don't want to do anything but be negative.
Yes,
And
as
you
well,
want to be
even the
positive
word.
or constructive.
Yes.
You don't want to interact with them kind of people.
Nah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
It's like it's
Definitely,
very frustrating.
Yes.
It's very draining.
That's what it is.
It can be infuriating.
Yes.
It can be saddening.
Yes.
But it's very, very.
Yes.
It's much better
That's
to be at home now, knowing that the world is so much
Crazy.
It's a lot. It's like must be at least 10 shades darker now than it was 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's getting darker and darker.
I think that go back to everything I was saying when I was saying like this in all aspects. Really, it's going down. Just like we said, we're evolving or evolving. So the darker we're going, which means we're plunging into that
But
darkness
there's
more.
still the
which is the
evolution
devil's
of
work.
yourself.
Yes.
You've
Yes,
evolved.
I step away from
step
that
away
and
you choose who you give your energy to.
Yes.
So you've evolved.
Yes.
Within the evolution.
Yes.
You're evolving.
Yeah.
So
Because
there's
I operate outside
life
of that
and
box.
death.
I operate
Always.
I operate outside of that box, bro. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I think outside the box. I operate outside of the box. Like you said, I'm more aware, so I protect my vibe and my energy and that kind of consciousness that I have around me. I don't really just kind of bring it along. Yeah.
It could have been so quick. If we never spoke, you saw the meet with the frequencies. Had to end and Ricky
just like, yo,
started,
let's
and
just
then it started because
Yeah.
even me,
Yes.
I ain't got time to fuck about. I'm tired. I'm even worse.
Yes.
And like so, when I spoke to you,
Yes.
I asked you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
And it was I worked off of your energy.
Okay.
If your energy was different, you wouldn't have got my time.
Yeah.
'Cause even though Rick
Yes.
was introducing us,
Yes.
I spoke to you. I got Kurt, and he
Could've been
spoke.
like-
And then I would have been like, you know what?
catch up with
Because you
you.
don't remember,
Yeah.
I was like, I got to go. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. But we still spoke about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we
almost.
spoke, man,
I
yeah.
kept saying I got to go, but I was still there
going-
talking to you.
Yeah, we're
So
going back
I'd
to
have been
back.
at the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even when you were at the door, we were speaking
we're still
a little
talking.
bit.
Do you understand? So there's
Yes.
definitely something there.
Yes.
Cool.
But it's funny what you said though about you, because you were not aware. I think I might have been in certain situations like that. Even like, I'll be honest with you, even like with family. Some family can be funny.
Pardon, sorry?
Even family, some family can
Oh,
be
hell
funny.
yeah.
You
What
don't
do you
even
mean even
recognize.
family?
Yeah, and you don't
Especially
even rec-
family.
yeah, especially, yeah.
Because they
And
think
you
they
don't
know
even-
you. They think you ain't going nowhere.
So I think the lack of awareness you said, I think I might have had that even as well, because I'm just seeing positive. I'm just seeing
When you
this
say lack
whole
of
thing.
awareness, what do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
No. When you gave us example from your end, I can reflect that
Like,
most
before
likely. Yeah.
Okay, as you was growing.
Yes.
as you was evolving.
Like the awareness, like you were not aware of that maybe some
'Cause you
people were
don't-
like,
you
yeah,
don't- you don't-
yeah,
because
your
the thing
mind
is,
is not like that.
You're not
Other
there,
people-
so
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
even a little kid, you say, oh, nigga,
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes.
You're just being a kid and
Yes.
saying what you saw.
Yes.
It wasn't, and like you will be, you're
Yes.
a people's person, you're
Yes.
outgoing, you're open, you're warm. So you're going to be like the,
Yes.
like wide
Yes.
open like
Yes.
this. There's only certain people you've got to protect your heart from,
Yes.
but you don't,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah.
continue to be that,
Yes.
the beautiful, glorious person
Yes.
who you are.
I mean, what people said, like, you know, everyone liked to be a friend. For me, I don't think like, you know, you just see yourself as everyone else. But maybe outsider could see an observation, like, you know, people like to come to you, people like to be
'cause you're
around you,
happy,
people like,
positive
yeah,
energy,
yes.
you say good
And I
things.
like to make people happy.
You're not
If I'm
winding people
around, I
up.
like people to
You're not
laugh.
derogatory, yeah.
I'm happy when they can laugh,
they
have
feed off of
fun.
you.
Yeah, so I
Feed
used to
off
be
your
very funny as well, like in terms of people like, man, you'd be a good comedian if you grow up. I wasn't into that. But I was into art. Art is my stuff. Drawing, I come from drawing a lot. Drawing. People knew me as someone drawing. And poetry, then music, you know.
Yeah, so how did you spoke about the influence of America on Sweden.
Yeah.
So you're 12. What was your first introduction to, I know you had music, African music and
Yes.
stuff at home. What was your first introduction to the hip hop scene,
Yes.
that kind of music genre? I believe even though you're plugged into the African music, you're plugged
Yes.
into that diaspora.
Yes.
How did that originate for you?
Yeah.
And what would it look like in Sweden, and how was that growth for you? Because
Yes.
everyone's hip hop
Yes. Yes.
evolution was different.
Yes.
We had ours here with
Yes.
breakdancing and so on.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
forth.
yeah.
But how was that for you in Sweden? And
Can I
what was
tell
your
you-
friend base like?
Yeah.
How did it grow?
Can I tell you, I mean, hip hop is a youth thing. You come in the 80s to Africa, you'll see some other kids at the block breakdancing because they saw breakdance, the movie. They saw it on cinema. My cousins, I was a little bit younger, so my cousins that was maybe 12 then, when I was 6, they were breakdancing in the streets, and then I would follow him to where they going, and they put the cartoons on the floor and doing their spins and doing all that stuff and playing the music and stuff, because they saw the movie. So everyone, man, that movie made breakdance global. So and the breakdance is hip hop. That's the first start of hip hop, coming from dancing before the DJing and all of that. It was the dancing for us, really. So saying that, so I would say, funny enough, I mean, people were saying, oh, when did you start rapping? I would say, oh, yeah, I started rapping like late 93, a little bit trying out here and there. But then I would say I've always had hip hop though, because I used to break dance as a kid. But you know, the thing with Africa, this never know.
Can you still dance now?
You know, I'm a dancer. I used to be very good. But like I said, when I become this kind of a meditative, chill guy, I just kind of, you know, maybe shied away from all of that. But yeah, I'm a creative. I used to be, bro, I used to be outside the box, man, dancing. Yeah.
Can you still dance now?
Nah, I'd probably make a
If
fool
I'm-
of
if
myself
I'm-
now in
if
front
I'm
of the
in there.
camera.
I'm sure you can do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You're not catching it.
Oh,
Hey, any moves a move, my guy. Any moves a move.
Yeah, you know when you're like in front of the camera, but I'm sure I've stand like now, the previous years now, elder, you know, stand out at home, you know, and doing
You
some
got
bit,
moves. Even
doing
you
some,
just, I know you still
doing
got
some
moves.
bit, yeah, doing some bit
You
of
still
moves,
got
you know,
moves.
like say, you know.
There you go.
Hey,
Come on,
hey,
come on. You can still dance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Right music, cut the drinks, and be good to
yeah,
go.
exactly.
Be good to go.
But yeah, I mean, so my cousin, I used to follow him, and he used to like, go back home, you know, don't follow me, go back home. So I used to always just be very, you know, stubborn, and then I follow him. So I watched them, and I used to jump in and dance, because I used to be a bit of a showboat. I like to show off. Like if I was talented, I used to be like, let me go in and, you know, just show off a little bit. So
performing.
yeah. I used to be,
nice.
I used to be an entertainer, man, always, you know. And I used to create stuff for the other kids my age, you know, drawing stuff, get a little cardboard box and make a little theater thing kind of stuff. I used to do all of that stuff just to entertain people, really. So yeah, breakdance, maybe like 10. Yeah, maybe 10. I used to create like characters, and then, you know, you bring a candle, and then you have the like white paper and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
box.
shadow
so you
stuff.
make it- yeah, some used to do that. I was like, tonight we're gonna have a cinema to all the kids, and they come, and for me, I like to like innovate and create stuff. Really, that's what it was. But yeah, yeah.
Getting into
So
music,
yeah, so breakdance. Yes.
breakdance.
Yeah.
So then,
But then also, like you said, how did you? Okay, you had the African music. How did you get to? But the thing is, though, you know, We had Michael Jackson, we had Madonna, we had all of that. We were hearing all of that on radio still at the same time, blended with the African music that's just all around the society and the community every day as well. So we always had those also, you know, at Maxi Priest, those hits he did, all of that stuff. So I grew up on all of that stuff. I mean, and also Gambia pretty much spread reggae in West Africa. In the early 70s, they had a pirate radio that was operating in a boat, because then if it's not in land, then it was fine. They can't come and do anything. So it was in the water, and they had a pirate radio there where they were picking up all this reggae stuff, Bob Marley and them, and spreading it through West Africa. That's how, like, you know, it got to like Alpha Blondy and all of them. They would even say that. They would even say that. Yeah, yeah. That came from Gambia. Yeah, you know Alpha Blondy. Oh wow, okay, man, that's someone to know, bro. Yeah, if you know music, and if you know, it's good we know African heroes as well. It was a legend. All of Jamaica know Alpha Blondy.
Alpha
Yeah.
Blondy. I'm not Jamaican though.
Yeah, but you don't need to be. He's African.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
African.
So, and he was big in Africa.
Alpha Blondy.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
check
he was
him out.
he's super big. He, you know, you probably heard of Lucky Dube from South Africa. Okay, those are the two biggest reggae acts from Africa.
I've heard of.
Lucky Dube, he passed away. Alpha Blondy, those are the two legends. I mean, they've
Alpha
done
Blondy,
stuff
Lucky
with Jimmy
Dube.
Cliff, all of those people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard a fella,
Yeah, I mean, I think.
but that's different.
But
That's
you're Nigerian, aren't you? Okay, so that's quite biased. You only know fella. I mean, yeah, but you know, these people were doing. Fella knew all of this, guys. Fella knew them and respected them, and they respected fella. This one living legend left. I mean, this few, but I'll say Yusundur. You probably heard of Yusundur. Okay, man, I need to bring you some African stuff as well. You have to blend that. That's a legend, man. It's a living legend. It's still there. It's in Senegal. But like the old stuff he did, come on, it's crazy.
So when you play music at home, you play all these guys.
Yeah, I play all of them, and I play all the other stuff I heard.
I can find them on now.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of
Yes.
the time we're living in now.
Oh, I wish I could play you.
Before I'd have
guys
to get a
hit.
record from you, but now I can just
Yes.
grab the things from
Yes.
online. What you see, Alpha Blonde.
You could, yeah, Alpha Blondie. Yeah, with I at the end. Blondie, I. Yeah, Alpha Blondie.
Okay, and then what's the other one?
And then Lucky Dube.
Lucky Dube. That sounds like
Yeah.
a spliff.
Yeah. Dube, like, yeah. Big reggae artist. Alpha's bigger than Lucky, but Lucky was also big. These people are
What's
like
that one you said?
international.
Who's the last one you said?
And then the last one is Yusundur.
How you spell that?
YOUSSOU. And then Dur is NDO.
N.
Yeah, ND, yeah. And then DOUR. Yeah, legend.
No door.
Legend. Some of the old stuff they did.
And this is how I find about. This
Yeah.
is how I find out about music.
Yes.
But let's talk to me about
Yes.
about you being 12 or 13. Or when did you get into music? Because you do a lot of music with a lot of American artists. You're bringing people over. You're booking people. This is how our conversation started. Just found out. But I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Yes.
How did that? What did that look like for you as an originating in Sweden? And how did you get to where you are today? And what kind of things have you passed through?
Yeah.
Because you're talking about booking Nicki Minaj. You've done stuff with Ghostface, and that's just what I know.
Yeah.
I don't know half the people that you've worked with. Or
Yes,
you know,
yes,
you know?
yes,
So
yes.
how did that start for you in Sweden? And then how did that evolve as well?
I mean,
And you can just go
I
with
mean,
that.
obviously, Sweden, I was a kid, so I didn't book people, but we did supports for few people. I mean, okay, so lived with my dad in that small town. It's just Swedish, it's very Swedish. Then obviously a few years later, I moved to Stockholm to my mom. Then you're in the big capital, more foreigners, more more mixed and stuff like that, mixed culture and stuff. So you meet a lot of other people from different backgrounds. So slowly down the line, some other guys in my crew, the area I lived in Stockholm, that's like the Bronx of Sweden when it comes to hip hop. Because a lot of the known rappers that kind of maybe made name outside of Sweden, maybe in the US back then.
Like who?
Like Chan Oja, Nene Cherry, you heard of Nene Cherry?
Of course I know Nene Cherry.
So Nene's brother.
See, I know about Nene Cherry.
Yeah. Nene's brother. Yo, Nene did what you should do.
With
7 seconds.
Seven. I'm about to sing that.
Yeah, that's
7
what you do, yeah.
seconds
Yes.
away.
But can I tell you what? Uses
track.
older stuff. That's the classic stuff. His older stuff.
Yeah. So that was with
Bro,
Nene
check-
Cherry. That
yeah,
track. That was
yeah.
a big
That was
track.
his song. He featured her.
Wow.
That's his song, yeah.
Oh, so I know about him then.
I grew up with Nene's dad. Nene's dad's my mom's neighbor. Yeah, same house, same building.
Yeah.
Just the next entrance. We 30, and I think they were 31. That's it. So and they the Africans, you know, my mom and Nene's dad. So you know, he comes from Sierra Leone with the peppers and all that stuff and the yams and all the extra stuff. So my mom said, "Oh, go up and pick up some stuff." Uncle Amadou brought some stuff. So Nene Cherry's dad is Amadou. But you know, her stepdad was Don Cherry, so she took that name, Don Cherry. But her real dad, so she's sweet. She's half Swedish, yeah. So I've met Nene before back then. But yeah, so Nene's brother, who's like I'll say he's like if we say like how can I say, he's one of the pioneers of hip hop in Sweden. Yeah, they had a breakdancing group, him and
What's his name?
and Chadno
Chano.
Ja. Yeah, Chadno Ja. The real surname is Ja. Nene's surname is Ja. Yeah, not Cherry, but it's just used after, you know, she
Artist
grew
name.
up with her stepdad.
Oh, he's like-
yeah, because you got Eagle Eye Cherry, Eagle Eye Cherry's dad, because Nene and Eagle Eye Cherry, yeah, same mom. Yeah, but different dad, from what I understand. I might be wrong with the mom, but Don Cherry's the dad of Eagle Eye Cherry, and Don Cherry's the stepdad of Nene. But Nene's real dad is what I grew up on. And Nene
Those
comes
names I
from
know,
that.
and I know this name as well. So I didn't know. Sometimes
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know names.
yeah.
So I know some names.
Yeah, so when I said 7 seconds, yeah, that's Yusu and Nene. So,
Big track.
but his older stuff, yeah, now for me that's nothing, man. The older stuff, those are the tracks, those are the classic stuff. Never dies, bro. So yeah, long story short, so Chano and Quincy Jones' son, Quincy the third, he's from Sweden. His mom's Swedish. Yeah, Quincy. Yeah. His mom's Swedish. Yeah. So small world, how people. Yeah, Quincy Jones, man. Michael Jackson. There you go. We come back in. It comes in full circle. So Quincy, these people are like older brothers to us. You know, they much older than us. But you know, I used to hang with Chano. Quincy took off later, obviously, to America. He did Ice Cube's Lethal Injection, you know, those albums. He did Tupac stuff. He did a lot of other legend stuff. Small world, man, how people just are interconnected. So Chano, that's like my big brother, man. So long story short, so Chano and Quincy and some other cats in Sweden, they had a group called Berserk, breakdance crew.
Berserk.
Yeah, big. Yeah, and then, you know, they ventured from the breakdancing into rap. Quincy then took off back to his dad to America and then started working with all these other big guys. And then Chano then moved to America as well. But then he actually released a EP or couple of singles, and that was getting a big buzz in the States, you know. And one of our guys were working with, you know, very close with De La Soul, all of them stuff. So there's a lot of stories, man. There's a lot of stories. Like this, LL Cool J is doing it. Doing it
Doing
Chano had
well.
a demo that they were sitting and listening to, like in the car. Chano, LL Cool J, Q-Tip, few other cats. I have stories, man, from them. So he played that. He did it, something doing it before. I'm not saying the guy took it, but yeah, they were like, oh, check my demo. And then next thing you know, he did it, doing it thing. So yeah, there's a lot of story. And I don't want to talk about people's business, but Tupac's ex, it's one of my guys' lady before Tupac, man. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say any names, man. Let me keep it at that. You know, that's it. With
All right,
due
so
respect, man.
your first, you got music out as well, your own personal music.
Yeah,
out.
personally, I'd say so. Yeah, we stemmed off from these guys that are older than us, legends. They did stuff. They were recognized in the States. De La Soul and them know all of them. They were actually bigging them up, saying like, "Yo, great people coming out of Sweden." Yeah, Chano, ADL, a few other people. We much younger than them. So some guys from our crew.
How old are you?
let's bring that later. Let's bring that later. Yeah, let's bring that later. Yeah. So yeah, long story short, though, you know, black don't crack. So let's keep it. That's it. Yeah.
Whoa. I like that. No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
That's it.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know, black don't crack, so let's keep it like that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
That's
I'm
exactly-
telling you, I've never heard that. You want
I didn't realize that, Brian. I just said it.
We just made that shit up right here on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I want to use that.
We're trying to get this money from Nikki, bro.
Yeah, cool. You do you got to do that. Don't say that. Don't say nothing about it on camera, but you do you got to do.
Was he in a rap crew then? Was he in a crew or was
I don't
he a
know.
solo artist?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I had to just check this really. Yeah, because we're trying to get some money back from these people, man. Yeah, she owes us. Yes, sorry, say that.
Was you in a crew or was you a solo artist when you was doing
Yeah, I mean, two guys from like I'd say a collective. They were already rapping on the channel, and then sort of Chappie and Chess, like very talented. So yeah, they my friends. So I always used to go to Joshua's Chappie's house. And it was like, you know, I'm gonna write a rhyme for you, man. Come on, you should rhyme. And I was writing poetry that time, just at home, writing a bit of poetry, drawing a lot, stuff like that. And then when he recorded me, he was like, "Oh, you get a potential to be one of the top voices in hip hop. Like just my voice, my voice." He said. So for me, you know, it was just more hobby. It wasn't like, "Oh, we're gonna pursue a career." It's just a hobby. So he was doing it. He was in. They were performing. They were doing. You know, a lot of people loved them. They were doing a lot of stuff. You probably heard of Robin, Swedish singer. Yeah, they had a cut short hair. You know, blonde. Yeah. So she was doing R&B. So they got featured on her album back then. Like, how old were they? 16. Yeah, I think I'm 2 years older than Joshua or something like that. Yeah. So we're all, yeah, so long story short, so he recorded me and then kind of like, you know, man, you should like, you know, and I'll say I used to sing rap even in Africa, you know, like, you know, there's a traditional kind of a style you could see like, oh, that's rap, you know, and it's there. It's been there. That had nothing to do with, oh, I picked it up from that rapper. But I was hearing rap stuff anyway, you know. I wasn't really into like, oh, I'm a rap. I'm gonna be a rapper when I was in Africa. I was just a musician, man. I used to make the bongo box and play bongo with my crew. Everyone had some instrument they play, and we walk down the streets and playing and rehearse and all of that. So I used to lead. And they sing after me, and I played the bongo, and I was quite good at it. And I made the bongo as well. I made it myself with the strings and the box you kind of nail and all of that, and the sound that comes out is amazing. So I wouldn't transitioning from that to then the rap, hip hop kind of thing was just a natural thing, yeah. But it wasn't something I planned. It wasn't like. It's never been like, oh, I must pursue this. I'm gonna be famous of rap. I used to be like, I wanted to be an architect or, you know, scientist or, you know, I was very into architects, you know, and
like drawing?
Archaeologists, you know, people that dig up. Those are more my stuff I wanted to be. And yeah, drawing definitely always been. But I never thought, oh, I'm gonna be an artist. You know, the thing is, Africa, you'd find back then a lot of people that's very talented. But there was no adults or like mentors to like, oh, he's talented with this. Let us nurture him in that so he could set his mind to actually want to be this. It wasn't like that. You know, the parents, it's always like you hear from black people, whether you're Jamaican or in Africa.
Doctor, dentist.
You know, it's like, yeah, doctor, engineer, lawyer. Yeah. Those are the things, you know. Yo, this people was supposed to call me 4. They call into other. So good. Yeah, so those were the things, you know. So yeah, so long story short, bro. Yeah, so they rapped, and then later they formed the crew. I was doing solo stuff with some singer, you know, we had some guy that had a studio, he recorded us demos, and it was like, oh, amazing. Now people can just record on their phone. For us to go studio and record something that we could hear and take home, like, yo, I did this and played on the record in a CD.
Process was a lot longer.
That was amazing, you know, and like, oh, I could hear myself.
But don't you think that? Let's stop you. Go.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah, I mean, so it was amazing experience, you know. So then later, they start doing their stuff. Some other people they brought along to like as a collective. Down the line, I start doing some bit of stuff with them as well because that's my boys. So I kind of joined in a crew called Extra Cheese Crew.
Extra Cheese?
Yeah, Extra Cheese. And they had a group called Hundreds. Very respected. We were very respected underground, Timberland, dreadlocks, hardcore. So we didn't really, back in the early 90s, like what's commercial today? Today you could come out and be this clowny stuff and be the biggest name. Back then people might laugh at you, like the stuff that was like respected, like that's effects, like, oh wow, that's, anything that's hard, obviously Biggie, the hard stuff they did, Craig Mack, Flavor, I mean, so it was all about like coming with a flow, coming with something raw, something fresh, something different, now all the beats are the same. It's the same kind of, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not my style of music. I like something that's going to be organic and just give a vibe, that energy and that frequency. So long story short, so we were all about underground stuff, and inspired with that. And so, yeah, we had some meetings with Universal. They want to do a collective album. So we would have been like the young kind of not Wu-Tang, but like from Europe, young cats, like very, we had a lot of respect, man, honestly. I mean, so long story short, going back to, they opened for Jay-Z, some of the guys from Crew, Champion Chess that I mentioned, they opened for Jay-Z when Jay-Z actually came out with his first album, Reasonable Doubt. So that's how I met Jay way back then. Because like I said, I'm a people's person. I'm sitting backstage, and I'm a hustler. I'm bringing people in who are outside. I get these badges, and I go like, yo, come in. So I was doing that, bringing people in. So I'm backstage. Here's Damon Dash standing, like I think he would admit it. He was quite arrogant, but he actually admitted later down the line that his arrogance was based on lack of self-esteem. That's what you get. A lot of people all this arrogant and this la la la. It's because just be yourself. If you have the self-esteem, you're just gonna be you and just chill. This is just another person, you don't know him. Greet him, be nice, be chill. But if you sound like that, I'm not seeing anyone, sort of like. So me, I'm gonna treat you like you're the wall. You're not even there. I don't give a damn. Because honestly, bro, listen, I put this on camera. I don't give a damn who you are or how much they put you in the paper. Because man, the thing you should be worried about when you're in your pillow, are you going to hell or are you going to survive? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. You came out the toilet, shit it smells, So your name don't mean a jack. That goes to anyone that's famous or anyone working. Sometimes some of they teams are more arrogant than even the artists. Mellow yourself down. That's my advice to anyone. Just all of that. It's a lack of self-esteem. So it's a cover up. So yeah, so long story short though, so Jay, just humble guy, bro.
Jay-Z.
Yeah. And him and me just like bonded, bro. Crazy, like bonded. So I was like, and me, I'm a very hospitable person. Like I said, I used to like make people feel comfortable, make him feel happy, make him laugh. So I was like, okay, man, he's my guest. And I was a kid. We were rapping kid, I didn't respect him because of like him being a musician. I respected him of him being him and how he was. Like I said, Dame was there. I'm not a fan of anyone, I didn't even see Dame. He was there, but I didn't see him because how he was.
It's too short.
Yeah, no. He was there, but he was, that arrogance, like kind of, sort of like, like no one's matters, kind of. I clocked that, so I didn't even say hi to the guy. I'm gonna act like you're not even here. But Jay came and sat down. He was shy. Let's be honest. I was just a kid, but he was like, "Can I sit here?" I was like, "Yeah, sit down." And we had a bit of drink backstage. So me and him just bonded, and I said, "Oh, this is my opportunity," because I was a kid, had a crush on Foxy Brown. So I said, "Oh, here I am. I got someone that's my way in to Foxy. Here's someone that knows him." So I was going more on that. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna treat him. This is my town. Let me get the honeys around him," So I was like, come, let's go out, man. Let's go out to the, because we're backstage. Let's go out to the party where everything is. Let me call some of these girls. This is Stockholm, bro. I know the ladies, bro, you know. So I then brought a lot of chicks around him, you know. And I was like, let me go sort myself out. So I left them off. But we kind of really got on very well, man. And I was like, yo, this is my way to Foxy. But it wasn't like, oh, let me take your details, let me la la la. I went off and did my own thing. And then obviously when the things ended, I'm sure we probably would have clicked. He would have been like, yo, call me, blah, blah, blah. Because we really just like bonded and became just friends. And I looked after him and I make sure he had a great night, man. So that's that, man. That's way before Kanye. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we did music. And then as a few years down the line, you know, Ramadan came. I went to Gambia, came back. Started going a lot to the mosque, and some of the other guys that was with me started coming to the mosque. Some of them were Muslim, some of them were not, like part of the crew. And then, you know, the imam gave a lot of khutbahs, like giving talks. You know, it makes you reflect a little bit. And then, you know, this whole conversation about music being haram or being halal. So that became a little bit of a struggle for me when you're trying to be in tune with the Most High. So then we just kind of took all the posters, all the demos out the way. We were in talks, meetings with Universal to actually do a collective album and you know, form a big name. But when you're in tune with the Most High, all of that worldly stuff means nothing. So we were just like, nah. So some of us ducked off, went to Muslim countries. Back then you can go to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, you know, and study the deen. Some people took off there, some people went to Egypt. Us that stays, we stay still with the temptation of the music and all of that being happening. So yeah, we did perform, opened up for a few different artists from US and stuff like that. So that's pretty much my start of dealing with US artists as a MC first, but then struggling with like, should I not pursue it, you know, like, you know, because you know, you want to get away from the dark side of the industry. So I shied away. Yeah.
Can you wait a minute?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
can you shy away from the dark side of the music? Can you once you're in the music industry?
Yes.
It's like you know, like when you have rice and peas.
Yes.
Can you separate the rice from the peas? You got the keys there.
Yeah. 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 Can you get away from that? You mean, yeah?
Yeah, can you? Well, okay. What? Sorry because I stopped you right in mid flow.
Yeah,
you said you was here in the darkness and you was trying to separate yourself from it. Where you had other people within your team, within your crew that actually went to better environments, went to spiritual environments, so they could have they could be surrounded by the help. But you stayed in like the last one. You said you stayed in this environment.
Yes.
But you wanted to separate yourself from them. But yeah, because by definition, once you're in it, there's still a couple devils or evil people in the room, even though your intentions are clean. What you want to do is all clear. There's still these people around and okay, let's have a drink while we're talking about. Well, let's do, but let's do this. How did you manage to separate? And is there any real separation once you're in the industry?
I say some people came right back in because I think, you know, we just left it like, you know, I've learned like never rush into anything. You can't just switch within a day, you know. I think we went too quick, too fast.
Everything has to be gradual.
Yeah. So then that could form a situation where there's a collateral that you could easily fall back in as well if you just maybe didn't prepare yourself, venture into that slowly. Instead of like, you know, now you're just very passionate. Now you see, oh, this is on devilish stuff. Oh, let me just leave. So we did it too quick. So some people fell back straight, you know. And I fell back. I wouldn't say I fell back, but I found the balance. But I've been treading very carefully how I still have my fingers in some music somehow, some way, even though I still had this, should I not? So that's why I never pursued it, you know? And I'm not here to big up myself, but if I pursued it, bro, I would have made millions by now and I would have had a big name. But then also at the end of the day, it's like, you know, then maybe that could be my downfall because also people end up worshiping you, you know? You become this artist that never have peace.
There's a lot goes on. There's a lot goes on into fame and fortune.
Yeah, it takes over you. So how do you have time for that spiritual development of that self-contentment, peace of mind. Your phone's bringing, oh, these brands want to pay you, these shows, this la la la, all this group is coming around, blah 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 blah. That's the life, bro. It's not a life, you know. It
is a life, but it's a certain kind.
Yeah,
of
it's a
life.
crazy, but it's not your life. Like you don't.
You
Yeah,
don't know what comes
it's
from-
a life. You have to. It's a work. Your life is a work.
So do you think this is
You have
the
to
reason?
build up that fame, keep going all the time, and it could gas you. You know.
Yeah, do you think this is the reason? Sorry to jump
Yeah.
into you because we've not limited time. We've got
Yes.
so much time. I want to
Yes.
answer these questions
Yes.
from your point of view.
Yes.
Do you think this is the reason why a lot of the people high up in the music industry or high up in certain industries are taking so much drugs, like because to have
To
that
cope.
piece, not just to, I would say to have that. This is my question.
Yeah.
To cope, but then to have. Imagine you do a big show and everyone's
Yeah, it's too much.
and you wanna go home and switch off or calm down.
Yes.
And meditate. You know, like
Yeah, drive a peace.
But you're so high up.
Yes. Yes.
It's so much harder to come down. You know, like some people,
yes,
you can finish work and I could go from work, my normal job,
Yeah, and chill
take
out.
my shoes off,
Yes, and chill.
put the TV on,
Yes.
maybe have a cup of tea,
Yes.
watch my certain, maybe have a little biscuit to dunk
Yes.
in that,
Yes.
and all that, and then the silence of the house,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's enough to bring me down.
Yes.
But when I've had events, I might have to have a little bit more to bring me down.
Yes.
And the higher you go, the more you have, do you understand? And
I mean, it comes from the concert, then now it's the after party, and that's where the shit happens. You're backstage. They're like, you know, the lines are on, white line, you know, or whatever the case is, you know. Yeah, I'm singing the Melly Mel song.
they're fucking pink now.
Actually, I'm
Some
remixing the
pink
Melly.
ones
I'm
now, they give
remixing the Melly Mel song. Means I'm gonna send you that track. It's called "What About the Truth." Me and him.
What about the truth?
We're going in on that. Melly Mel, Furious
Melly
Five.
Mel,
yeah.
that's- I don't know
a
that
legend.
name.
He's the father.
Name.
Yeah, of course you know that name. Yeah.
Can you reel off who you worked with, just for the camera?
Yeah.
Like, who you come into interact.
And then we're gonna go into general knowledge.
Yeah,
after
I mean,
that.
yeah.
Names. The first name you said was Gold.
I mean, on the business side, obviously, I've helped in a lot of tours. You know, a lot of the legends. Your J. Rue, the Damager, some of the Wu Tang, Jizza, Ghostface, and I've also handled some hotel stuff for Wu when they come through here. Hit me up, yo, we're coming over for a festival. We need you to arrange the hotel stuff for the whole crew, basically. So I got some lady I knew to handle that basically when they were coming over. So that was for the whole Wu. But I've also, Raekwon, Ghost, Jizza, and from the Wu side of things, and Killer Priest as well, and you know, a lot of the other old school De La Soul members, Maceo from De La, J. Rue, the Damager, God, I mean, if I'm gonna Far Side, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, let it go. Just do. I mean, you can check through, and then some mainstreams like Tory Lanez, few other people, Sheikh West, few other guys like that. So so I help on a lot of tours to add few dates and stuff like that. So. And man, the list goes. I don't want to sit here and just name drop a bunch of people because it's not about me, and I don't like this kind of this guy. I don't like to show off. Like I don't like that too much now. I used to be very love the center stuff, but I'm not really like that anymore, man. I don't.
Just do it, make it happen, innit?
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like to sell myself to anyone because I don't care about it. Like, I don't feel the need of impressing any human being, any human being in this earth that's walked, because they're still on the same journey as me, walking on this earth we set for a point in time. So I focus on what's more important to me than kind of. I rather strive for God's acknowledgement than other people's acknowledgement. That means nothing to me. Yeah, that's just what it is, really.
Pimping off, man.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself?
That's very hard, man, for a person to describe themselves. I mean, I'll say.
That's why it's a question.
I'm a person learning, and I pray to God, the Most High. I don't say, I'm a person on journey learning, I describe myself as someone that want to be more in tune with the Creator and make sure I'm doing right. That's it, pretty much. Yeah. I think that's how I would describe myself. I want to describe myself with titles. Hi, I'm a this and I'm a that. No.
But you do understand that
Yeah.
through the course of the interview,
Yeah.
I've got
Yes, yes,
a self-description of me from certain things
Yes,
as well. Do you get
yes,
what I'm saying?
yes,
Like
yes.
through the whole course of the interview,
Yes,
like
yes.
you're outgoing, you're a people's person.
Yeah.
You're down to earth.
Yeah.
You don't suffer fools. You like your own space.
Yes.
You like your own peace.
Yes.
You're very respectful.
Yes.
You're historical. You're nostalgic.
Yeah.
You're patriotic.
Yes.
You're family orientated.
Man, I should record you. You
Yeah.
just know me. Yeah.
But if you just, I'm telling you from what I've got
Yeah.
for our discussion.
But you know
you're all of these things, plus and then some. You're positive. You're outgoing. You're helpful to other people. You know, you want to see progress.
Yes. Man, you just described me, bro, better than me. Yeah, I love that. I was like, wow, I might use it I'm going to use that as a skit, you know? As a skit.
What's your definition of greatness? No, but my only reason I say that is because I ask people certain questions,
Yes.
but they've given me so much already,
Yes.
and you say like you said,
Yes.
I don't have to describe myself, but just because let me add one,
Yes.
you're humble, you've got humility,
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
there isn't no like I'm
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
that, I'm
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yes.
for one of a better person, like you said, the insecurities that person from the
Yeah.
Jay-Z's camp had,
Yes.
like that's insecurities,
Arrogance, yeah.
arrogance.
Yes.
If you
Admitted it.
placate that,
Yeah.
you have humility. You're
Yes.
comfortable to
Yes.
say to be whatever you are in the presence
Yes.
of other people.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's better than you or worse than you.
Yeah.
I'm a human like you.
Yeah.
So
Just
we're
like that.
cool. If
Yeah.
you could be
Yeah.
quiet, I can be cool. If you're not
Yeah.
quiet, I don't
Yeah.
see you.
Yes.
Being too humble is a downfall as well, don't you think?
Yeah, don't be a fool. Be humble when it's needed. I mean, just be yourself. Don't overplay the humbleness, because also sometimes people want to. You'll have people that, yeah, I'm humble. All that self-promotion is not even good. You know, like one shouldn't even promote themselves to. Yeah, I'm this humble guy. I'm this la. Because later down the line, you see another side that, yeah, you're just gassing. You're not that humble.
Just be,
actually.
like you said.
Yeah, don't try to promote yourself for someone else. Just
be the thing you
just
are.
find the balance. Just be you, and don't say too much. Don't say too little. Just keep it level, man. That's it.
So your definition of greatness.
Yeah, definition of greatness. I'll say there's no one great but God. And so said Jesus. So said the Prophet Muhammad. So said all the messengers. So I give the first greatness to the Most High. But when it comes to creation, I'll say definition of greatness is the prophets. For me.
What's your first love?
First love is, I think, the Islamic celebrations. I used to look forward to that, like the Eid and stuff like that, you know. Those are my first love, because I used to like, you get new outfit, all that, you kind of look forward. So I'll say, yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Worst thing I ever done. Yes, they say conceal your bad deeds, because maybe God might, hide it for you, in terms of, so don't say too much. What's the worst thing you ever done? No one's an angel, really. I mean, I could say something that's not the worst thing.
You can
I've
say
ever
whatever
done.
you want to say.
Because I don't want to say the worst thing I've ever
you can
done.
say whatever you want
Because
to say.
it's not. It's something I don't like, But yeah, I mean, I'd say I did something. I wouldn't say it's worse, but I think it's hilarious. We were on the train in Stockholm. A friend of mine, Gambian, he had a Swedish girl. Here comes this old man saying, I don't know if he was saying monkeys or he was saying to this girl, "Why are you with him? You maybe have AIDS, This some random guy, but because she's a white girl with my friend, and my friend's quite dark, so he just came in and was like, harassing, and just came in through. And they took off, they continued the journey. Where I got off, where my mom's live, where I'm heading home, he actually accidentally got off there. And I
Same
happened
with the same racist fella.
Yeah, the old man, yeah. He's an older man. We were just teenagers. And my guy's with a Swedish girl, and he came cussing on the train. He might have AIDS, he might have this disease. Why are you with this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Harassing, crazy, And God made him get off the same station. So this is the first train, right? The last train, like 5 o'clock a.m., you know, no one's there, you know, obviously cameras, but not camera like today, you know. So I happen to have my soft air gun that looks very real with me. That looks very real. It looks very, it's black, it looks very, and it's heavy as well. It's very real. I was actually on the edge to get it, but managed to get it through someone, you know. So yeah, somehow I just had it on me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson. Is it older man, maybe 40 something? I was like, what, 17, 16. So I took the gun out. I was like, sorry, are you smart now? What were you saying? So I basically cocked it as well. Yo, the guy was sweating. He's thinking, oh, plus he already have this idea of black people, violent, criminal. Maybe he's gonna kill you. You get AIDS.
You're lucky he wasn't strapped.
Bro, he was sweating. He's thinking this young boy's gonna take my life now. That's it. But I taught him a lesson. I'm sure next time, because he don't know that's a soft air gun. I let him off, but I was like, yeah, what are you saying now? What were you saying? Huh? What were you saying? Yo, he was begging for his life. I'm sure that's in the camera in Sweden somewhere still. So yeah, he was begging for his life. So I just laughed it
You
up.
can't get done for it.
Yeah, that was ages ago. Yeah, this was like 90s.
Why don't say that? They're gonna go. Oh, so the unsold crab. We have him.
Yeah.
We have him.
Yeah, but I'll say he was harassing us, and I had nothing to do but just to kind of teach him a lesson. But I'm sure he ain't never gonna. Next time you see a black man, is probably gonna walk away the other side and not come and harass anyone. So that's more what I could say. But I don't want to say other stuff that I'll say. May God forgive me.
That's good. May God forgive me for all the stuff that
Yeah.
you want to.
But what I did on the guy, that's not something wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong on him. He deserved that. He deserved that.
If you die,
Yeah, he just.
if you died now,
Yeah,
would you be
God
content?
forbid. God forbid. Let me say, my answer is that God forbid, may Allah give me long, blessed life, so that I feel that I've done more in works for Him.
So you wouldn't
that
be
He's
content.
more pleased with it.
So you wouldn't be content. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Best advice.
Best advice, yeah.
I think that's the best advice we can all get. We all go to shrinks, go to psychologists, but if we study the messengers and their message and their way of life and what they and the practical way they taught us of the message that they brought. Let's say the Quran and the Hadiths. You can't go wrong in any area in life, whether if it's business, family, social stuff, anything. It covers all of that. So there's no other business, other advice that surpasses that personally. I think it's just for one to know.
What's the best thing you've ever done?
I hope that's to come. I hope that's to come.
Answer.
I hope that's to come, man.
Good answer. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Come, okay. If you were a color,
Yeah.
what color would you be and why?
I like blue. Blue's my favorite color. I don't know, the sky's blue. It's nice when it's blue, nice. The sun is shining. I don't know. I like blue. I've always liked blue. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the worst advice you've ever been given?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sure I've been given a lot of bad advices, but yeah, okay, let me take one of many. Yeah, man, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, maybe let's say you pay a lawyer for something and they give you advice that wasn't, and they write something that didn't represent what you want to present to the court. So something like that. I'll say yes.
Okay.
Very bad advice. And you pay for the person. And you're smarter than them, the person you're actually paying,
What's
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah. That's probably like one of it. But obviously I've been given a lot more worse advice,
Yeah, they don't use common sense. They use what they've learned and stuff, and they just use books and.
I mean, I think I've got some bad advice from family, but they meant well. Like when they try to mend you with your ex-partner, and maybe when you said you felt like, nah, I should just bail out, and they're like, nah, don't bail out, and it's like, oh, that was a bad advice. I shouldn't have listened to that. I should have gone with what I chose, because that would have been better. Then it would have been less drama now. So yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
What's your favorite quote?
Oh wow, I don't even have a favorite quote, really. Well, okay, let me say Bismillah in the name of God before you start anything.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, before you start anything, just to get that blessing in anything.
Tell them again.
Bismillah. That's the best quote to start with your day and your night, everything.
What's your first heartbreak?
Oh, good one. Man, I think there might have been a few as a kid. Yeah, maybe like, yeah, I might have been like 14. Like love, you kind of maybe in love, yeah, in love and stuff. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I saw they did an interview with Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
and he goes, do you want to be in love? I never want to be in love. Love is pain.
Yeah.
You
It
wanna
is.
get married? He goes, I never want to get married.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
want to get married. No.
No, because
they're not
as a
happy.
kid- yeah, because as a kid, man, it takes you. When you like
Yeah.
you get that cross, man. That's
You
it.
give him everything, and he
Yeah.
just be crushed. Like,
No, because as a kid, you kind of you're full of imagination. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take her there. We're gonna go for date. I don't know. Can I tell you one thing I miss? Imagination. When you grow up, your imagination goes down a little bit. But as a kid, can you imagine? Like when you sit, sometimes you imagine, like in terms of as a positive person like you, as well. Like just,
Thank you.
bro. Imagination is so important, especially if it's like a channel to positivity.
Yeah.
It's so important. I've come to learn. It's like, where is it? Can I get it back? So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
I've never heard that before. You're
Yeah.
missing some gems over there.
Yeah, man.
Imagination.
He's missing out, bro.
Yeah, don't worry. He's in the
missing.
Matrix at the moment.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely we are in the times where we're seeing something crazy that we thought, like you said, are we evolving or are we devolving? We're really going back a little bit. Look at the genocide going on. So that's very horrible to see. I've seen a lot of images that's just really like crazy, man. A lot of weird images, bro, like of children, of, like people cut up and weird stuff, bro, So that's like from now, what we're seeing now, that's definitely one of the worst things we've seen,
If you were an animal,
Yeah.
what animal would you be
Yeah.
and why?
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that because I'll say, I don't want to be animal. I'm what the Lord planned because that's like almost saying God, okay, well, I should be that. I'll say I'm happy to what I am, but let me say like this: lions, definitely, lion. Yeah, I like lions, but I wouldn't say I would. I
You wouldn't want to be an animal, but if you had to choose, you choose a
like,
lion.
yeah, but I like lions, yes.
What?
And my culture is very like lions a symbol. Yeah.
What would pet hates?
Hmm?
What don't you like? Pet hates.
Oh, pet. Okay, what pet? I don't
No,
like.
no. So a pet hate is like, like one of my pet hates is I don't like people when they cough, they don't cover their mouth.
Ah, okay.
I don't like when you open the door for someone and don't say thank you. They don't have to say thank you. They don't say thank you.
Yes.
I think
I
it's
find
rude.
that rude. Yes.
Like when you go through it, you see how God have ways to open
Someone
it, but
opened
you don't
the
even like
way.
it.
He just walked by.
Yeah, you just walk by.
Yeah.
I didn't
No, I
have to
hate
do it. He didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't like it when people don't say thank you.
No,
and all this stuff.
yeah, same here. I'll
When they say good morning, don't say good morning back.
I'll say, yeah, you greet a person and they're not greeting you as let's say you greet someone warmly.
Yeah.
Then you could think, oh man, maybe this person don't actually like me. If you greet someone, they're supposed to actually greet, and especially in Islam, someone says salam, you're supposed to actually answer always. That's very like a rule. So yeah, I'll say, yeah, there's definitely few, but that being, open the door, showing kindness for someone that's like the decency of acknowledgement. Yeah, definitely. That's like, and I think that shows a lot of their character then, I like decency, man. Decency goes a long way. But a lot of people don't have it in them because also they might not be the one to blame. Whoever raised you is very important. If your parent don't teach you those things, you might be grown up, become an adult, but lose a lot of those fundamental aspects of being an adult. It's very important to have that decency, moral integrity, That's
Advice to your younger self.
to my younger self. Okay, that's a good one, man, because that's a question everyone should answer, man. Maybe be more alert. Like you said, you were not aware. Sometimes maybe people around you might have been in a negative vibe. So maybe be more sharp, be more aware. Don't be too maybe naive. Maybe be more alert earlier than being naive. And I'd say, advice to self, maintain that bubble of creativity and imagination, because it's a bubble that get burst by society, and then you could lose it. You know, definitely, I'll say that. Yeah. Yeah.
What's your earliest childhood memory?
Oh wow, that's a good one, bro. Yeah, I think I remember like having some white shoes that I really love. Maybe I was like 3. Yeah, I remember that. Those ones,
Right,
yes.
right. What's next for you?
What's next for me? God
Yeah.
knows. God knows. And you know, they say never say too much of your plans. It's better, you know. Never let the world know everything you're planning, even like people around you. Don't always talk about your plans, what you want to do, because you never know who's around you that might have jealousy in, and they might not do anything, but the jealousy can cause evil eye. You know,
Sorry?
The
Jealousy they cause.
evil eye. You know, yeah, it could cause evil eye, and that could be a blockage for what you're trying to do. Just that energy, you know. So it's good to always maintain. Know the few people you can share a few things, but don't. It's not for the whole world to know everything about you, man. And just like now, people have their whole life on social media, exploiting everything, exposing everything, or someone else exposing it. They beefing on social media, and everything's out in the open. It's like, man, where's your privacy? You know, sense of privacy is very important. That's like Chuck D said. It's like privacy is like currency now. It's very rare to have. You know, it's very hard to get. So you have to
When did he
maintain
say
a
that?
little. Yeah, he said that a couple of years ago. With
Is
his
he-
whole
is the
internet
lifestyle?
things. Chuck D. Yeah. Public Enemy.
I'm
yeah.
thinking of no.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Humpty. When you said
Ah, okay, yeah,
I
he
don't know
passed
why.
away.
Yeah, he's passed away.
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
said
Humpty
Humpty's jumped into my.
Yeah.
What's his name? Humpty. What's his other name?
Humpty Hump.
Is there another name?
Chuck G.
Shock G.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
Yeah,
Chuck
yeah,
G.
yeah.
Chuck G.
Digital Underground. Yeah.
Yeah, Digital Underground.
Chuck G. Yeah.
That's
Chuck
why.
G,
That's a connection. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah,
But when you
yeah,
said
yeah,
that's what I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of him.
yeah.
That's what I
Chuck
thought
G.
of
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
Similar
yeah.
the name. Yeah.
Just to repeat the quote of Chuck D though about the privacy.
Yeah, he was like, you know, it's like currency to have your peace and privacy, basically, to have a bit of privacy. It's like currency these days. It's very hard to come by, you know. It's a, you know, you have to maintain the little you can, because we all like, no one have full privacy anymore anyway.
Do you know that's one of the things that pisses me off.
Yes. Yeah.
Not much gets on my nerves,
Yeah.
but it pisses me off when people are like, oh, where you going? Oh, where you coming from?
Yeah.
Oh, what you doing?
Yes.
Oh, what you gonna eat for lunch?
Yes.
Where you?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they're
They
not
wanna know
asking. They don't.
everything.
Yeah, but they're not asking for no reason, but just
Yeah, they
wanting
just
to
wanna
know.
know, yeah.
They don't
For
want to
what
help
reason?
me with
Yeah.
what I'm trying to
Yeah.
do. They don't want to assist me.
And it's
they don't
good
want
not
to make
to
sure I
tell
don't do
them.
it. It's
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like, do they want to know for what reason? That's why I don't say everything, man, because you don't know what the person feels in their heart. If there's anything they might be jealous of, like I said, there's something called evil eye, and that could bring blockage of, you know, just exposing too much. But also people are just nosy in general, because social media, now for you to maintain your fan base, you have to show them your pussy, everything, you know, like you have to.
I don't
Sorry.
have one of those.
Sorry, I didn't know it was censored here, but
No, it's not sensitive.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
sensitive. I'm just saying I don't have one of those.
Yeah, but
me,
like,
literally, I just showed my dick.
but what I'm saying is like look at the latest, the only fan base. You know, what kind of wives are they gonna generate like in the
They're
future?
not
you
gonna.
know?
They can't really be
You-
good
you know.
wives because you're gonna have them.
Also, but they are being role models of other girls sitting at home when mom is not around. They in their room checking online. Oh, she got a fan base. You know, everyone's. You know, this fame thing is a disease. You know, so also now, you know, people would have a coffee, they take a picture, post it online. Oh, this is my coffee. Should I put sugar or should I not? You're asking people you don't even know if you're gonna put a sugar on it.
I've
or-
never
or
seen
not.
that. I'm just
saying
they did
it's
it.
not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Someone's going to the toilet. Should I go into the toilet? Take a picture of the toilet. You know, everything.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, yo, this is mad. That's a deceit. We are devolving. We can use technology for very good stuff, but if there's no balance, you know, it goes down.
I'm so dead.
Yeah, I mean, people are just like, you know, like small things, like, should I sleep on this pillow or should I? Bro, no, honestly, man, yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It's gone to that level of like, are we like, yo, how low is that, bro? Like, what do we put our time into? Time is so important, man. And time is like, we are so time is so valuable and we're given so little of it. Let's try and make something concrete of it. That's what I'm saying. When the godliness and any talk about God, it's not there in society, then it becomes about blah blah blah. That's just where we are. Because the blessing's gone, so people act erratic. So that's why people are not happy. We have to find that balance to maintain that balance of self, because all of this is what we're always looking for is happiness and balance and contentment. Anyway. But the only one that gives you that is the one that puts you here, and your soul needs that connection. Just like my phone. Oh, the battery is dying. Let me charge it. You have to charge that. So if you don't charge, we just circle around like living dead. That's what God said. There are people that are living, but they're dead because your soul is dead. Your soul is crying for that connection.
I don't want to be that.
I mean, you see a guy, he owns multiple hotels, a billionaire. He jumps in front of the train. I'm from Sweden. A lot of people do that. Wintertime, they depress and, do that. We don't have much of that in Africa, though. But then we've been dictated to we have to be like the West. We have to come with the norms of the West. That's when we are developed.
Don't you think that
we
don't have that because we don't have the desires and the wants and the aspirations
but
of all
those
this
desires and
bullshit stuff?
aspirations is being pushed for us to have. It's like you have to be as us. You see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's very important for us to maintain who we are, have what we have, keep our culture, because now it's become a one world culture, which is a good tool for the one world government, one world order, which is like internet culture. Everywhere you go. When I used to come to London, it used to be UK. Hey, you bloody bastard. It's UK, like the culture, it was here. But and then you go to France or you go to somewhere else, they had their own culture. Part of the language had to do with the food, the culture. But now it's internet culture. Everywhere you go, everything's the same. It's premature, what's it called? And Starbucks, everywhere. So it's that same one culture. It's not like
Manger and Starbucks, you say?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's the culture. And internet, basically. So you don't really have
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and you don't really have I'm coming to experience this culture. Unless obviously you travel to Asia, they still have their own thing, la la la. But what I'm saying,
you got to actively seek it out now, yeah.
Yes,
it become very generic.
And I think traveling is the best educator, really. That's the best way to learn.
Let me put the last question down. Even answer.
Yeah. So maybe I jumped the gun there. Let me shut up.
No, talk, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so saying
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, so saying that though,
traveling might be the best culture. You said that's what you said.
And we've been given a lie because everything's like we the best, we the civilization. You have to be like us, So then that's why people are die hard to come to Europe. They want to be like here, la 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 la, just to see the reality. But embrace where you are and the culture and what you have, because I think what makes the world go around is that we have different cultures, That's the beauty of it. God said in the Quran, I made you in different languages and different colors to embrace, to enjoy the beauty of it. Not the other way around. The devil say, oh no, that's a downfall. No, it's a positive thing so that we all have the beauty of it. So it's same with culture. You go to another country, you get that experience, you learn something. But if it's all one kind of a now saturated way, it's crazy, So I think really we shouldn't really stick to this dictation of Western dictation, because we can see the civilization here is falling. It's breaking apart,
What is the most important lesson you've learned in your journey thus far?
Okay, good. Important lesson, be aware of your actions. You have a responsibility of what you do and what you say, and also be mindful of what you do and be mindful of others as well, and others' feelings as well. And I'll say learn to kind of just learn to find yourself and know who you are, and be mindful of what you do. But how can you be mindful of what you do? It's like, why should I be mindful if there's no rules? But then if you know the Lord, then the Lord has a rule. The Creator has a rule. So you have to kind of tread amongst that. So that's what I would say. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good answer enough, but yeah. That's the
It's a good answer.
yeah,
It's a good answer. Your answer.
yeah. That's my
No,
answer,
there's
man.
no thing, and I see you're preoccupied. So I know you got another meeting to get to.
No, that's all good.
You got anything you want to ask me before we wrap up?
No, I want to say big up, man. I like this. This is very natural. It's very organic. It's not really, all these flashing lights and all scripted stuff. We really just kind of gone back to back, just off the dome, and I like that more. It's very organic. So I like, then you could be yourself and.
So I don't want no one who's faking here, mate. I tell you that.
Yeah. Because otherwise, some places are, all that shiny stuff and all that. So it becomes like, okay, now we have to follow scripture. It becomes a little bit like Hollywood kind of thing. So I like this more.
This is neighborhood, not Hollywood. This is more neighborhood.
Yeah, I like that. And you could just be yourself and talk about whatever you want to talk about. I like that. I hate to be boxed into, we're going to do this and and you have to overthink certain things and things are pre-planned. This is more organic, so people are getting the stuff raw. So that's good, man. I appreciate it, man.
Cool.
And keep it up, man. I love this stuff, and hopefully I'll bring have some people in town that might be off for coming through. That'd be good, man.
That'd be
Like this.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Anyone's
yeah,
welcome.
that'd be good.
But like even they don't even whether they're established artists
Yes.
or they just got a story they want to tell about their
Yeah.
life. I don't mind. You see, like when we met,
Yes.
how it was and how I explained to you, we're
Yeah.
just gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
It doesn't like I appreciate your accolades and everything you've done, but to me, I
Yeah.
just saw another black man
Yes.
who's very interesting, he's very well versed,
Yeah.
and could teach me something.
Yes.
'Cause I've learnt some stuff from you today. You know,
Hey, I
definitely.
hope yeah.
And
Vice
what was that line though?
Yeah. Which one?
Black don't crap, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
That's a new bar.
That's a line.
That's
Yeah.
new bars.
That's a free
You not
stuff
heard
right
it
there.
here
Yeah.
first. You not heard it
Big
here
up,
first.
big up.
Black don't crap, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
I'm gonna copyright that. Anyone
You
use
better hurry
that,
up.
I'm
You
coming
better hurry
after
up.
you, bro. What's the date? What's the
better
date
hurry
and
up.
time?
You better hurry up.
on camera.
Yeah.
July 15, Monday,
Yeah.
July 15, 2024. There you go.
Because I've never heard that. I've never heard that before.
Because can I tell you, all you get is biters. People just bite, man. No one's original. So that's what I'm saying. I like this. It's very original, man. So definitely keep it up, man. Big up to you both, brothers.
Big up to you too, bro.
Much love and
Babou in
respect.
the house. Come on. Come on.
Praise the Lord. And listen, one last thing I want to say. Pick up a Quran. You've been lied to. Islam is about peace. And the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the only last messenger who came and reformed, retold the original. If you want to know the original stories of all the messengers before, it's in the Quran and the Hadiths. So this is not about me being biased or try to promote anything, but I think that's a message given to the whole mankind. All the other prophets were sent to their own nation, not for the whole world. And he came and summarized all of that with the final revelation. That's for all human. So out of love, I share that knowledge that we've been lied to keep away from that. And people given this idea or ideology about Islam and Islamophobia, just to keep you away from the truth. Open up the Quran, understand your Creator speaking directly to you. Peace. Yeah. That's it.
Alhamdulillah.
And sorry, I don't want to come across like a preacher, but
Nah,
I'm passionate.
You talk your truth. You talk from the heart.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That was Live Talks. This is Babou in the house.
That's all.
I'm Ion Fawole. Behind the camera, we got the wizard. We redeemed today. Live Talks, when you got this.